Hello everyone and welcome back to Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk here on Dork Tales. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm Kelly, I'm your Dungeon Master here in Phandelver and below it. I am here to run you through another adventure as we delve deeper into the area known as Lithanok, a wretched hive of scum and villainy located beneath scenic Phandelver. But, hey, folks, we're not going at it alone. Besides me, by the way, I use he, him as my pronouns. I'm very excited to be here, and I'm an Aquarius. We have four lovely people joining us tonight. They are Christine. It's all Christine.
Oops, all Christines.
Oops, all Christines. I'd run that for
oh my god, that would be the luckiest game ever.
And you could literally pick any wig's like color whatsoever because I've done a lot of them on my head. Hello, I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'm playing Lady Alessandra Celeste Martine Barraquel, who is our ASMR Oath of the Watchers Paladin. I had to remember a bit there. It's been a rough day.
It has been a rough day, but it's also been a rough day for Caitlan.
Oh, starting off happy. Hi, I'm Caitlan. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Anthea Briarfoot, the artificer, halfling, alchemist of the group, and her homunculus servant, Squish, who is still not with us yet.
I'm sorry. You'll get a chance
soon.
to long rest.
All hail the Squish.
Yes,
All hail the Squish. Down beneath you, in Chibified form, is Amy.
Yeah, hi, that's me. I'm here, present, and mostly accounted for. I am Amy, my pronouns are she, her, they, them, and I am playing Lyric, the tiefling bard sorcerer, that one level of sorcerer that I took at one point, thinking I was going to be a lot more sorcerer than I ended up being. But you know what? We all have phases. It's all good.
Some of us are moons.
Yeah, it's fine. Some of us are moons, I guess. Sure.
Some of us are moons.
And some of us are, I guess, some of us are other things. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I'm here and excited, and yeah.
I can tell. You look excited. You're practically bouncing. All right, and next to you is the moon to my sun in skies, Chris.
Hi, I'm Christine, and today I'm playing Sindri Biddle. Hi, I'm Chris. I am playing Sindri, Whaley's Ascended Dragon, half-elven monk. He uses he or him pronouns. I use he or they pronouns. We made it. It's Monday.
Oh, God. But will we survive?
You're closest to the Christine here, Chris, because you just start with Chris, and you just have to add teen to it.
Yeah, no one knows what it stands for. So, like,
at one point,
truly.
Chris was a Christine.
Yes.
That was
now I
a
just play
phase.
one on TV, and I've occasionally played Christine when Christine has been sick. It's fine.
God, it is true. It is true. You have, and I have, and it's been a thing. Oh, who are you, Chris, and why are you here? You said that you said what you're doing. Was there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just happy to be here. Looking excited, feeling excited to go kick some toad butt. I feel like Battletoad jokes are now like a decade out of date. But what if
they're not? Well, don't be rash. I'm not gonna make any zits jokes. It's a battle and everything. Have you been listening to the new season of Adventure Zone? Because Abnormals is what they're doing. They're doing basically a season of Battletoad Ninja Turtle style characters. So
none of those words are in the Bible.
Strangely, all of them are. It's funny, you know. The furries go deeper than you expect.
Maybe
hey, folks,
not in that order.
Maybe not in that order, but you know,
No
there are a lot of
the furries of not going deep.
When have you ever not gone deep? Anyway, welcome to Phandelver and Below, where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. But you know what does matter? Our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games, because they keep this stream on the air. Folks, go to Bookwyrm Games, buy some dice, do it right now, and guess what? If you use code DorkTales, you'll save 15%. That's a great deal. You like great deals, don't you? You like dice? I know you like dice because you're nerds, like me. I have a lot of dice. Listen to how many... Wow, shit. That's how many dice I have just right next to me. Like, it's pretty
I
dope.
bought new dice yesterday.
Look at this big ass wood dice from Bookwyrm. It's big. Listen. That's a oh, it rolled a 20. Oh, it rolled another 20.
Oh,
Damn.
you wasted them all.
I wasted both of them. Now I'm gonna roll 3s all episode. Hey,
Perfect.
folks, go to Bookwyrm, use code DorkTales, save 15%, go support them, and check out because I know at least half of you are cottagecore like witch heads. They've got an enamel pin collection right now called the Witch's Kitchen Collection on their Pintober special. Go check them out. They are awesome, and you really should go look at them. The link is below, or the link is in the chat if you're watching live. They are fantastic enamel pins, and I strongly encourage you to check them out because they're awesome. They've got like frogs and axolotls and stuff like that. It's great. Thank you, Bookwyrm Games. And thank you everybody who is keeping us alive on the Patreon. I'm very excited to say that we managed to put an episode of Old Gods of Appalachia in the can after 6 months of attempting last night. So yeah, more Old Gods coming soon to the Patreon. It's gonna be great.
Even with Mother Nature trying to stop us.
Yeah, that's true. A tree got dropped on us last night. It was rough. But yeah.
Well, it dropped one of our trees across the road. It wasn't on us. But...
It is on us. It was on us. We're tough. Folks, so does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns as we're heading deeper into Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk?
Lots of comments. None of them are on task, so I'm just going to put them in Twitch chat.
All right, that sounds great. Let me just adjust your determination. So Ella and Lyric still have it, and Thea and Sindri have spent theirs. Boop, boop, according to my map screen. Beautiful. So I am very excited to hop in. So why don't we go do that? And in the meanwhile, let me tell you what happened last episode here on Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. Last time on Phandelver and Below, you all recovered. Well, you tried to come to grips with what happened to your ally, Carmilla, as the power of the obelisk shards and the intervention of the godlet, Ilva-Ash, transmogrified her into an Illithid and transported her into the far realm to aid in the ritual, her mind becoming part of this horrible network. Now, with a ticking clock on your hands, another ticking clock because you already had the one about Phandelin, you proceeded to go through collecting the bits of bolstering rune pieces to open a portal to the far realm. You went and fought some Slod. Then you went and investigated a bunch of feeding pools where for once in his life, Sindri didn't poke the thing with a stick. You then made some friends with some really dumb psychic goblins, brought a small solar system to life as an ally, and then progressed beyond the Slod into... Well, we'll be picking up there right now as we enter Spawn Hollow. And with that, let's begin our game. The portal warps in front of you. On the other side, you can see a terrible sight. The walls and floor and ceilings in front of you look like tough skin. This area is vaguely pinkish, like the inside of a human mouth. There are rough bits of... what's the word? For, like, the inside of the intestinal tract. The way that there's ridging and bumping along it to absorb nutrients. Is it flagella? Is that what I'm thinking of? No, that's hair follicles.
What, ribbed?
Yeah, it's ribbed for your pleasure.
And no one else's.
Just, yeah.
It's not our pleasure. There's no pleasure here. This is
Oh, thank you
awful.
very much. Of course, Solomon would know in the chat. Peleus ridges adorn the walls, casting grim shadows across it. It smells like rot. and bile. Do you head across?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Now, for those who are watching us visually, I'm going to be keeping our green background because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to spend hours searching for a Creative Commons background that looked like the inside of someone's mouth. I draw the
You didn't
lines.
want to just take a picture of the inside of your own mouth and fuck with it in Photoshop?
No,
Honestly,
Amy,
I think
I
this is
didn't.
better.
I think this is better. I think we're gonna keep the green, and it's gonna be fine. All right. As you head through, you see that the walls and floor of the ceiling and chamber are soft but rough like warty skin. As you step through, the ground is spongy. Have any of you ever been on one of those recent additions to local playgrounds where they take all of the used rubber from tires and they galvanize it into a flat sheet so that it's slightly bouncy when you step on it?
Yep.
Yeah, I know you have.
Recently.
The floor is springy, and every step propels you an extra quarter inch into the air. 2 passages lead from the right. One to your right, and the other to the far side of the chamber. Echoes of squelching and splashing issue from the passage on your right, which leads to the north. I don't know why in the description they're using right and left for once in the book, but what they mean to say is from the west side, born and raised, there are 2 passages, one that leads north and is making like noises, and then one to the west that is not really making any noises as far as you can tell.
How about we take the less goopy path for once and go left, because we always go left.
That is honestly what I was going to say.
That sounds like
So,
a good
agreed?
plan.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm good with this.
All right, let's go. Sindri will like look at the bottom of his boots to make sure it's not tracking anything while he's padding about, but is not pleased.
As you are wandering that direction, bits of slime, like saliva trails, like the drool off a dog's muzzle, will trail behind you. Can I get a medicine roll off of everyone here?
$11.
11. It
Yeah.
smells bad in here.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You are
10.
literally
22.
22.
We're also
Oh.
for 22.
All right. Hey, I don't know about you, but you're feeling 22. You are inside of an organic space. And as you step in it, the smell that you are getting has notes of, colloquially, I'll say dragon breath. But it's the smell of ketones and digestion in stomach lining. And as you walk, you realize that if you laid down here long enough, the passageway might digest you.
Gross.
Now, this is over a long period of time, but there is definitely some intestinal or salivic compound as part of this tunnel.
I think we're in a stomach.
Oh,
Or
there's a
intestine.
portal to intestines?
And
This is but of what?
Ooh.
Probably nothing good.
I hope there isn't a portal to my intestines. That would be bad.
Maybe that's when you get like those random stabbing pains as adventures have gotten teleported into your stomach.
I wonder if that
I
would actually be
sort of
possible. What an
think
interesting
this
theory.
is a very concerning theory, actually. I'd rather not think of it.
Who's going to the west and in what order?
Yep. Lyric's going west.
All right.
Probably not first. And we'll probably put the orrery in front of her.
I guess Sindri will probably go first and try and move quietly and go squick, 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 squick.
Sounds good. All right. So, let me just check something real quick. Perfect. All right, so feel free to move ahead around the corner. The wall rounds, and as you make your way there, perfect. Can I get anybody else who is... All right, pause right there, Sindri. Anybody else who is moving? I'm assuming that the astrolabe thing is going to be there. Can I please get... I'm going to spend a hurt them more. Sindri,
Yeah, it should be in front of Lyric.
in front of
She
Lyric?
is staying... Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So Lyric, you're staying about 10 feet back from everybody? Oh, perfect.
No, it's just making sure there's space for it.
As you progress ahead, rounding the corner ahead of you, the passageway slopes down to the south, and you can see that it breaks into what appears to be a chamber in front of you. But as you take a step forward, something is going to happen. The ground is going to shiver. And I need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw as suddenly a clap of thunder explodes as you step down on the passageway. A rune hidden in the flesh flares to life. And the explosive rune goes off.
26, actually 29 with Ella there.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
Oh, no. Okay,
16.
and the orrery as well.
18.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
All right, 18.
I mean, it's floating, so... But if it's... Yeah.
It still is going to. So this is going to trigger the glyph of warning. Warding, pardon me. That is going to be standing on it. Yep. Explosive rune. There we go. All right, let's make life easy. Okay, so if you rolled, let's see. So Anthea, what did you get?
Oh, 16.
16. All right. Everybody except for Lyric is going to take 10 points of thunder damage.
Ooh.
What did the orrery roll?
It has a 12.
The orrery will also. The DC was 12. Lyric, you're going to take 40 points of thunder damage
Motherfucker.
as a crack of thunder erupts from the floor, striking Lyric and hurling her across the room.
Ow!
I have evasion, so I don't take the damage.
Perfect. No, you don't.
The first time it has been relevant that I did not take damage on a dex saving throw. So,
That's
I'm very
great.
sorry, Lyric. Because I imagine it's one of those things where I'm like stepping out of the way and just getting the full brunt of whatever it was.
Probably. Ow. What
Oh my god.
was that?
Lyric, are you okay?
Lyric, why are you so far away?
Remind me, was that 45 or 46?
40.
Oh, 40. That's better.
40.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Sounds
rolled.
like you got
I rolled
hurt.
20. You took double because of the botch.
Alright. You look like you got hurt real bad.
Yeah, I noticed.
Here, have this. And I want to toss my last experimental elixir over to them.
Lyric will look at it slightly dubiously, but then we'll drink it.
Yay! Do you want to
Oh.
roll a d6? Oh, whenever we can.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
A 6. Perfect. So it was. Oh, it's your experimental elixir. Right? Okay, so how does that work? She rolled a 6. Is that plus your wisdom or intelligence,
So
you mean?
no, it's not. Oh, so yeah, okay, so you do actually get, you're right. Now you do get health back anyways. It wasn't healing though that you rolled.
Oh, no.
It's okay, it's all right. Let me just see. I do have it written down, but holy smokes if I could find it. Oh, restorative reagent. There it is. Oh yeah, 2d6 plus my intelligence modifier. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Oh, that's temporary hit points. But still, that'll help. Ding! So that's gonna be 15 temporary hit points for you. Cool.
Perfect.
A little bit of a shieldy there. And then 6 is transformation. The drinker's body is transformed as if by the Alter Self spell. The drinker determines the transformation caused by the spell, the effects of which last for 10 minutes. There's only, so it's a d6, but there's only one that does actual healing, but I always just try just in case, right?
Perfect.
I think she's probably gonna just make herself look like she doesn't have hooves again. Just to feel a little more comfortable in her own skin for a bit.
Beautiful.
enough.
You down the potion and feel your feet fill out your boots again. Well, the phantom of it, at least. Tinnitus is still ringing in your ears as you compose yourselves. And those of you who got that 20 plus on medicine, you're going to notice that as Lyric is lying on the floor, it's very subtle. But you see that as they pick up some of their belongings, they're very subtly shifting away from you. As if they were being slowly wriggled down toward something. As if inside of an incredibly slow-moving intestine.
Well, let's help get you up there.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I suppose I should probably drink this. And Lyric's going to knock back the one potion of healing that she'd been holding on to, which I have a note here says 2d4 plus 2.
Perfect. 2d4 plus 2. Using our new rules, that's going to mean you're going to gain 10 hit points back.
Cool.
All right. Now I have to ask, Sindri, what are you doing?
Kind of. Which direction are the things?
They're kind of heading back. Actually, you got a 22 on that roll.
Yeah.
They're moving towards the sound of the sloshing to the north.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Probably going to some sort of stomachy thing. Gross and weird. I'm gonna keep an eye on what's in the tunnel, like the direction we were going.
You turn around to face that direction, and as you do, you are going to see the ground compress in front of you. Just barely. The light inside of this, the walls are glowing with this ambient pinkness. And something is going to compress, and you're going to hear, only from your monkish training, the sound of something whizzing through the air. And as you do, a figure is going to become visible in front of you, elongated claws lashing out toward your face as you see a red slod appear out of invisibility directly in front of you, its claws having been aimed at your head, having missed you by the fraction of an inch. It is going to continue its surprise round on you, though. The second attack is going to swipe. It's only going to be a 14.
14 misses.
and in rage, it's going to attempt to bite you, and that's going to be only a 9. It got its full action against you with nothing. It lashes out once, twice, 3 times, the first time invisibly, and then tries to gnash at you. I need an initiative roll off of everyone. I'm using the one. It screams at you. This tall creature, this large aberration. I don't know why they made it small on the map. This large aberration with red flesh. I don't know why they made. You know, they used the wrong token for it. They used a death slot token. That's so weird. Why do that? Why you do?
Does, for some reason I can't remember, does Alessandra's aura thing apply to initiative rolls?
Yes it does, if I'm not mistaken, does it not?
Yes, you do have to be. There's 2 auras basically, but you have to be within 10 feet.
And you are not.
Damn it, Jeff.
I'm only at 18th level. Does it increase to 30 feet?
My brain was for some reason thinking 15 feet.
So we've got
So
2
that would
auras
be
currently, and at next level I get a 3rd aura. Where you won't be able to be frightened if you're within 10 feet of me.
Okay, hold on everybody. There we go. Fix that. Oop. There we go. Now, I just threw my pen across the room. How the fuck did I even manage that?
Skill.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill issue. Ugh. Ow. I cracked my back picking it up. Is this how I die? I think so. All right, it is initiative time. Let's jump into it. All right, checking initiative right now. I am looking at, there's no way that I can beat Ella with an 18, with a 7. That's an 18. Or Anthea with a 17, or Sindri with a 16. One moment, please. Can I beat... Nope. Wow. All right, perfect. It is Ella, then Anthea, then Sindri, then Lyric, then Slod.
Oh, sweet. I guess I'll just move up next to Sindri in front of it and make 2 attacks. That is a 28.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, 28 and a 16.
All right, final answers?
Am I able to add determination to an attack?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I just thought it was all like other rolls, not like attacking rolls.
No, it's anything. It always has been.
Mentally, but okay. Sure, I'll add determination to that. Might as well. I don't use it very often.
Okay, what's that turn into?
I add +4,
4, I think,
right
at this level. That's gonna be
Yes.
those are hits.
Cool. I'm gonna make one of them a divine smite. I should just leave the calculator up now from now on.
Honestly, with Divine Smite, it's a good idea.
It's gonna be 33
33 points of damage.
combined of both attacks.
Okay, and that's magic, and your regular attacks are magical, correct?
They should be, I think.
Perfect. 33 points. All
I'm
right.
using a silver longsword that we magified in that one dungeon.
Perfect. Stepping
a
forward,
+1,
you are
+1.
going to lash out with your blade, slashing deep into this slod. It's going to just cleave through part of its chest. Red and green at the same time. Christmas-colored blood is going to spill out onto the ground as it roars. Anything else on your turn?
Gross. I guess tunnel fighter.
All right, you slash
There's
forward.
not anywhere for it to really go right now, but
It's true. You pull yourself back up into a ready pose, and as you do, we look between you and Sindri to where Anthea is at the back of the room, some 15 feet away. What do you do, Anthea?
Yeah. I'd like to try Milf's Acid Arrow, please.
Ooh, Milf's
I'm
Acid
gonna
Arrow,
make a
my
ranged
favorite.
Attack.
I said
Yes,
that before I
that'd be
remembered that you have a kid, just so you were aware.
What?
Because I call it Milf's Acid Arrow, and you're the one throwing it. So
Oh,
I was like,
I
wait a
totally
minute.
missed that. I was like, I don't understand. I don't get the joke. Here. That's ooh, I rolled a 19, so that's gonna be a 28 to hit.
28 is absolutely gonna hit this sumbitch.
Nice. Oh no. You know what? We're just gonna roll this D. Oh, I have 2 D4s. We're gonna roll them. Oh, I have 3 D4s. And I have 4 D4s. Oh, they're actually all in front of my face. I just can't see them because I don't know. They belong there. Anyway, rolling. Okay, 5, 9, 11, and plus 5 for my artificer alchemist thing, and 16 points of
16.
acid damage if he can take that.
Absolutely. There's a streak
Beautiful.
across the room as this bolt of acid slams into the slod. It is going to burn through its flesh. It doesn't look like it's burning as deeply as you expected, but that's still a very high roll, and it is going to take a bit of like the top meat of his chest off, exposing the muscle beneath, priming it for the next attacks. Anything else on your turn?
Is there? I think that's it.
All right. As we follow
Oh,
the
actually, wait. Is oh no, I can't do 2 spells. Okay, never mind.
Can't.
It's all good.
as we follow the sizzle of the action and the acid burning through the flesh, the camera pans back to Sindri having dodged those blows casual Matrix style.
All right, so gonna kind of step back, let Ella like lay into it, and then be like, okay, my turn, and hopefully don't roll absolute garbo, because so that's 18 to hit,
18 to hit is a hit.
and then a 24 to hit. So
Strangely, also a hit.
yeah, so that's gonna be 10 damage, and then 8 damage, and I'm gonna do flurry of blows for another 2 attacks.
Okay.
That is a 14, and I'm going to... Do I have determination right now? I do not. So I'm going to roll a 14. I am guessing that misses.
It does miss.
All right,
Was the-
and then a... Let's see, what's my next attack? Roll. Oh, and there we go. That is a 26. So
The 26 will hit, though.
yeah, and then I have to use my melee for that. Roll that. And that is going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, you snap your fists and feet once, twice, 3 times. The creature mimics your motions, knocking your third blow out of the way. Only I'm picturing that you do the Neo Matrix thing where you kind of like punch your last fist forward, and it's just short, and then you go "Bleh," right into its throat with your fingers.
So for my last one, can I make that one a stunning strike?
Oh, god damn it!
Comedy option.
Comedy option.
So it is a
It's a
DC
okay.
15 con saving throw. So
I had an 11, so I spent a hurt them more to re-roll, and I rolled a nat 1, so I'm going with the 11. So you're gonna go.
get stunned, nerd.
All right, you've stunned the nerd just in time for Lyric. Lyric, what do you do? There's a big stunned slot directly in front of you.
Well, I'm going to send my orrery after it to smack it a bunch.
Don't know
By
if
a
it
bunch, I mean
can.
once.
I don't know if it can
Can it
hit
not
through
fly
your
over?
allies unless Sindri moves to the side while this thing's stunned.
Oh, I guess I didn't. How tall are the corridors?
That's a great question. The corridors here are, they don't tell me. But it's like a giant flesh tube, so I'm assuming that it's about 10 feet.
I'll step aside because knowing that there is a giant metal fortress like swinging around behind me.
All right.
I'll make room. It's
also
stunned,
you can trade
so-
places, so it's not gonna provoke.
Gonna hit
All
with
right,
one
cool.
of these.
Then lay into it. You, the orrery has advantage.
Oh, cool.
Ora. It's if you hit it enough times, it's the ora.
Oh, well, that's nice because one of them was a natural 20.
Oh no, it's more powerful than we ever thought.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, it only gets a D10 to its like to roll, but you know, 2D10 and all that.
And who does it grant its advantage to? Lyric?
Yeah,
Nah,
sure.
it's gotta be another player. I'm gonna say it has to be another player.
Okay. In that case, it will go to Alessandra.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so that's that. I don't get a huge amount of damage on this, but that is...
And this is what type of damage?
It is force damage.
God damn it. Okay.
And I add my proficiency bonus to that. Which is a +4 right now. So that's it's only like 15 force damage.
That's still quite a bit. All right, 15 points of force damage are going to slam into this creature, knocking some of its tiny little teeth loose. Now, when I say tiny little teeth, they're basically like little shark nubs. Just these little serrated... It's like it was trying to gum a steak knife. Bits of them are going to shatter onto the ground. Perfect. What else, Lyric?
Okay, so because that thing moves on my bonus action, I have an action. Not that there's a huge amount of stuff I can or want to do to this, like with this thing around.
You don't want to make it your
But
friend?
really, no, absolutely not. As fun as that would be. I rolled really well on remembering information about Slods last time.
You did.
Do I know if they are resistant to psychic damage?
They are not. They are resistant to acid, cold, lightning, fire, and thunder. So they're resistant to
Cool.
elemental damage.
Great.
They're not immune to
great.
anything, or at least red slots aren't.
Let me just check a spell here real quickly. Oh, it's
But
within
they-
60 feet. I can do that.
But they do have advantage on
I would
saves
love-
versus you.
Oh.
Not you specifically.
But they're not very wise, I don't think. So I'll risk it.
Okay.
And I will cast Dissonant Whispers.
All right. What was my DC?
17.
Cool. So if my wisdom mod was a positive, I would have succeeded.
I don't think these things were very wise.
No,
so,
no, H not. I
it's
got a
gonna
13.
take 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
It can't because it's
It doesn't.
stunned.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Perfect.
Okay,
so
so
roll me
fail.
that damage. You're going to whisper dissonantly into its ear, and you're going to see a single slod tear roll down its cheek.
It wants to flee.
It wants
It
to flee, but
cannot.
it can't. It's very afraid, and these whispers are reminding it of how it got bullied in Slod High School.
Oh. Oh well. That's okay.
To be fair, bullying is part of the Slod High School curriculum, I'm pretty sure. Like Bullying 101.
According to the digital dice that I just rolled, that's 11 psychic damage.
All right, 11 psychic damage. All right, that's going to be your turn as this tear rolls down
Hold
its...
on. Sorry, one sec. I have to cast that at a higher level. I need to do one more d6. Because I don't have... That was my bad.
Me
I added
sucking
2
the
damage,
tear
so
back
13
up. All
total.
right.
Well,
How much?
13.
So you had, what was the original number? It's 11,
Uh,
right?
11. I rolled in a 2.
Cool. Well, hey,
On the next
every point
one.
matters. All right, so this dribble follows down its cheek, and as it drops from its red, scaly face, the light is going to refract, and we are going to cut to a reflection of Alessandra in the tier doing. And Alessandra,
Right.
you have.
I got initiative, didn't I?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Sweet.
You have advantage on all attacks against this thing.
Oh, all attacks, huh?
It's stunned.
Excellent.
I wouldn't waste a smite if I were you, but hey, it's your smite.
Well, that first roll was a nat 20 and a nat 1. So that was a great advantage roll.
Perfect.
Let's try the next attack. No nat 20 that time, but I did roll an 18.
Okay. Those are two hits for sure. What do you do?
I'm just gonna kind of aura, but with my sword.
Sorta.
Yeah.
You could use your sword art
So
online.
let's do the first one.
You're doing this like
then-
Paul Narif would. Pokey.
The second one.
Was that a JoJo reference? Yeah, this entire channel's a JoJo reference.
Okay, so all told, that would be 34 points of damage.
34 points of damage. I mean, this thing is stunned. It's acid. It's crying for lyric. It's getting punched by a fucking model of the solar system. How do you do it? Bleh.
Hey, I feel like a real quick, just like take the head off so that it's like mercy, just die right away, ends the pain and suffering, mental load that's under.
All right. Out of one of the extra sets of eyes on your cheek, you watch it fall, the head rolling behind you and under the astrolabe, or pardon me, the orrery, which is going to just kind of like stomp on it a few times for good measure, I have a feeling. Just,
The audience can't see it. I'm absolutely nodding.
okay. All right. And with that, the slot is dead. Long live the slot. Do you continue
Well, that was
forward?
Well, that worked out, though.
I didn't know they could be invisible. I don't like that very much.
No, I don't like that either. We should keep going.
Okay. Lyric, are you good to go?
Ella's gonna move forward carefully, looking for more of these glyph things in the ground.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right. Sure. Fantastic. Thanks. Ow.
Yes, they absolutely can turn invisible. I didn't mix up which slot was in which room at all.
Oh,
They
Listen, I
fly
don't know,
now!
but Sindri's dumb as shit. He's not that dumb. He just doesn't know.
You're dumb as shit. You basically called me out in the YouTube comments.
No, like
Well, you know what? You said you were dumb
I
as
didn't
shit.
know this could happen.
no, legitimately. I'm like, as long as you be invisible, fuck.
Yeah, it makes it way scarier. Oh,
Yeah, because we got the jump on the one, and then this one got the jump on us.
Also, it had a lot more hit points than it should have. Huh, weird. Well, that sucks.
Well, it
For
sucks for
it.
him.
Truly a surprise round.
Wow.
For everyone involved.
I'm a professional.
Well, he drank the juice that makes him explode. So
He drank the juice that makes him explode.
yeah.
Why you gotta
It
call
takes
me out like this? Not about the juice.
We love juice.
We love juice.
Let's keep going.
Oh my god. I'm in great form tonight. If for those of you watching live, I didn't sleep last night. I got like 3 hours because ADHD made me do things at like 2 in the morning. All right.
I am very much trying to decide if I should spend a spell slot on healing. I probably should, but also my precious spell slots.
This is
You
true.
should.
Progressing in front of you. Chalk lines connect the warts along the walls of this room. You enter a chamber where the chalk and warts become denser toward a vortex in the ceiling above a small alcove.
I don't want to go near that. Do you want to go near that? I don't think we need to.
Not particularly, as Lyric casts Cure Wounds on herself at a 3rd level.
Okay.
Well, I have a javelin. We can poke it from a distance if you want.
Oh.
Okay.
The alcove is in the southwest corner of the room, and you can see that a passage extends to the northwest as well. However, this passage, this alcove, is about 4 feet across, and appears to consist of warty flesh falling into its center. It seems to shiver on itself, and as you look into it, you get this sensation of, well, it's not the sensation. It looks very similar to someone uvulating with their tongue. That thing, for those who don't know what uvulating is or what I'm talking about, have you ever seen people that can make their tongue wave? It looks like that, this rolling fleshy mass with the texture of tonsils. I think you should go in. I think that we'll move the campaign to a new realm. It'll be fine.
Let's stay on this level and clear it out first, I think.
That's probably a good idea. Plus, that would be going right and not left.
No, it is the leftmost passage.
Is it?
Yeah, by the law of the land.
Over there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so here, tell you what, I'll just show
never
you. I'll
mind.
move
Just
Anthea's
kidding,
token
just
right
kidding.
in it.
No!
This is giving... Wait a minute. This might be the thing's throat.
Gross.
Let's not.
Oh.
And not just because I don't want to and I'm scared of it. Because I am. But that's not the reason.
You sure you don't want to hop in?
It's always
Yeah.
good to be open with your feelings. Sindri, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
To be fair, that seems more like a less a passage, sort of a passage, but not really a hallway. So I don't think it really counts for going left.
We're going north. We're going...
Down.
We're continuing. I'm skipping the fleshy maw this time.
Well, you're in front, so you get to decide. So I'll go with you.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Because you guys aren't going into the flesh vortex, I do want to tell you what would have happened had you gone in, because it's dumb, and I love it. Any object or creature entering the vortex is lost in the far realm for 2d6 hours before reappearing at another location inside of the spawn hollow. A creature or object subjected to this time, or this fate, doesn't experience the passage of time. It just gets swallowed and then spat out somewhere else. I love it. It just goes on a quick tour of the far realm, as a treat.
Right? Little
Kind
vacation.
of fun. It's kind of fun.
Who wants to go into a flesh vortex? Like, that just sounds like, Cabo.
I'm being so good and not saying things.
That's okay. I'm saying them for you just in our private chat.
Yep, I'm right there with you. Let's keep going. I don't want this. I don't like it.
All right. Continuing north, you see that the passageway continues to wind and warp around you. The sensation of stickiness and the slick stink of the ground continues to move with you. Continues to trail behind you like a snail. The passageway extends north and then veers in a hook back to the east. And as you cross that section, you are going to see an alcove that is, unlike the rest, completely free of warts and pilia. And there you see a palm-sized, fuzzy sphere growing from a faint rune marked on the fleshy wall. The last piece of the puzzle.
You know what? I know this drill. We've done this a bunch. I'm just going to go up and grab it, and we can just go.
Lyric just
Okay.
quietly gives a thumbs up, of approval.
If I get sucked into the walls or something, please help.
Yes, sir.
All right, can I get a dexterity stealth check from you, Sindri?
Absolutely. Oh, that's a D6, so that's not going to help. Roll. That's a 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right, as you sneak down, you're going to be able to look into the room immediately to the northeast of you. You are going to see... Well, this is where everything is slowly being pulled. The floor of this funnel-shaped chamber is covered with warts. A whirlpool at the room's lowest point swirls around a crusted ridge of warty flesh. A bipedal, gray-scaled reptilian creature looms over the pool. And in it, you can see a number of writhing sladpoles.
Boo, I hate it here. Boo, fuck this, I'm out.
Do you pluck the nobble?
I'm gonna take my poncho and like wrap it around its beak so it doesn't squawk as we grab it, because the other ones have.
Damn it. I almost had you.
No, you didn't. I'm not fucking doing it. I hate it here. I'm leaving. I'm getting my shit and going home. I'm taking my nobule and going home.
All right, fine. All right. So, taking your nobble, you're going to pull it free with a eek, eek, eek. And it goes into your muffled hand and then starts trying to eat your poncho.
Yeah, whatever. I'll get another one.
All right, make me one more stealth roll to get out of here. Do it with advantage because you've been very clever.
21.
All right. It appears that this gray-scaled slod is doing some type of strange ritual around these creatures. These little tadpoles writhing in the center of this mass. But that just seems like it's his business and not yours. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely not. Fuck it. Bye. Deuces.
Okay.
Whatever goes on in the far realm can, I don't care. Not my business.
What happens in the far realm stays in the far realm?
It's basically Atlantic City.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not Vegas. It's got less class than that.
Not bright enough to be Vegas.
Not bright enough to be Vegas. The hells are Vegas. This is definitely Atlantic City. Boardwalk Empire. Steve Buscemi would be from the far realm. I can see that. Nice guy. Little weird.
Built on a swamp. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Swamp of Serenity. All right, perfect. And with that, you are going to be able to rejoin your party and the moose.
Yay.
What do you do?
Just yay. Lyric is very happy to head back the way we came to go. Yep.
All right.
Fucking go.
Heading back the way you came, you are going to quickly be able to make your way back to the portal. There's no issue heading back through it. And in just a moment, you step back across, finding yourself in the room where you plucked the orrery from.
Whew.
Now, you just have to figure out what to do.
Let's never do that again, please.
So there is some really creepy shit going on around the corner there.
Oh, fantastic. You're going to tell us, are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna in explicit detail what I saw. That way, it doesn't stay in here. Again,
Oh,
I'm sharing my emotions, and my emotion is
great, and I'm very
disgust.
supportive of that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, sorry. Oh, you know what? This is for journaling. This.
I could get you a really
what?
nice
Yeah.
one. You
Oh,
light
yeah.
on fire afterwards if you want to.
Perfect. That, you know what?
Yeah.
That is the perfect thing to be done with this. What are we
I'm
gonna
still
do
proud
with?
of you, though.
So what
Thank
do we
you.
do now?
Well,
Go
we've got the
back.
keys, and we have to deal with the brain.
Go find it, I guess.
Oh, you know exactly where it is. It's marked on the map that Carmilla drew for you.
Yes, I have it.
Do we want to see if we can rest up a bit first before we go confront the
That would
elder
be a
brain?
Great idea.
The incredibly sick elder brain. But
Yeah.
yes, agreed.
Now, do you want to hole up here? Or did the goblins tell you a place that you could rest? I can't remember. I believe they did.
I don't think so, unless...
Okay.
I would like a room without a portal in it.
Smart.
I like a room that doesn't move
Mm.
on me. Oh, sorry. We're
Preferably with
we're in
only-
a different room now.
Preferably with only one door that we can guard.
The room's spinning. Yeah. Hmm.
All right.
Looking at the map Carmilla drew, can we see the room behind the statue?
Yes, you can.
Sindri will point out that room. We don't know what's in there. There might be, it
Mhm.
might be like occupied, but we could also hole up there.
I think it's worth it
Sure.
to check it out. Yeah.
Shall we go that way?
That sounds like a good idea.
It's
Let's-
on the
let's-
way. So...
Let's do that.
You make your way. Please continue.
That was it.
Oh, okay. You make your way out of the room, heading back to the north toward the entrance to Elithanok. There, that huge statue of the Mind Flayer looms over you. But you're able to make it easily past. There's a door behind it, tucked into the wall, and as you step toward it, Sindri, you're going to see that the door to the room bears a series of small raised dots that you're going to immediately be able to read. It says, Chambers of Hashutu, most refined and chosen, who is blessed with writhing gifts for hands. Real popular with the ladies.
Yeah, this. You know what? Good for them. Also, I'm gonna say what this says, and also like listen carefully at the door to see if I can hear anything.
Give me a perception roll.
I'll do just that. Dirty 20.
You hear nothing inside of this room. But
Maybe they're right.
you will smell a bit of musk or perfume of some kind. Not moving around or anything, but just like something slightly flowery, chemical, and a bit musky.
You know what? I'll peek my head in. Oh, wait, is the door open or is it closed?
It is closed, which means that you can't open it because of your psychic crown.
Yep. Can someone open this door for me, please?
You're like a cat.
Yeah.
Let me in, let me in, let me out, let me out.
Please help.
Okay, I can do it.
The door is going to slide open, revealing a chamber. It contains a large tub, like a bathtub, crusted with blue stains, a desk, and shelves holding an assortment of bottles, as well as an enormous walk-in closet containing dozens of long, elegant robes.
Ooh, what's in the jars?
Score.
Tick, 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 tick.
There is only one entrance.
Never clean this tub?
You have to clean tubs?
Gross.
So, Anthea,
Yeah.
looking at this, you are going to be able to see that these are dozens upon dozens of bottles of perfumes and bath oils.
Oh.
And as you investigate around, who's checking out the tub?
Lyric's giving it like she's looking at it, but
It's-
also not getting too close because it's weirdly crusty and that's concerning.
It's not... Was it crusted?
Would
It
you
did
like
say
to poke it
crusted.
with a javelin?
So, as you approach it, anybody who gets within about, I'd say probably about 10 feet from it, is going to detect that it smells like wildflowers. And anybody who is the type who would know this will recognize this is the remnants of a bath bomb.
I can't say I expected that.
You know, we are miles underneath the surface. Someone went to a lot of trouble for this.
Is this
A
maybe
lot of
someone's
trouble.
personal
How-
chamber?
Yeah.
How does it get... Where does the water come from?
I'm going to say that there
Um,
is a faucet that has no pipes attached to it.
I'm sure with magic you can create water, no?
You can. It's just not normally warm or what you'd want to bathe in.
Well, then you have your fire. You know, with magic you can do a
True.
lot of things, Lyric. You can do a lot of things,
I-
Lyric.
Yes, I'm quite aware. It's just that normally when you want to have a bath, you don't want to be doing a whole bunch of extra things.
Yeah, I mean, it takes 2 minutes. I'll look at the labels on the jars.
Oh my god. So, Anthea?
Yeah.
Looking, there are a bunch of unlabeled ones. Look like some like self-mix ones. But mixed among them are 5 specific bottles of perfume. One called Mermaid Whisper, that you know of.
Ooh.
Aquatic fragrance, mysterious, alluring smells of ocean amber and lotus blossom. Another called Celestia Realm, a cosmic perfume with floral scents like bluebell, iris, and violet, and stardusk musk. One called Fairy Queen, violet peony, and fairy dust sparkling citrus inside of its swirling amber liquid. One called Dragon's Breath, a fiery and bold red perfume that has smoky incense, fiery cinnamon, black pepper, and clove. An enchanted forest one with pine needles, gold moss, and little bits of pine tar floating around in it. And then finally, one that is called Phoenix Ash, which has literal ground bits of Phoenix Ash infused into it. You've heard of all of these before as an alchemist, totally. A lot of alchemists go into like perfuming and things like that to make money because you can make a lot. And you know how much you can make. I want you to make me an alchemy test.
Oh, okay.
To determine the market value of these things.
Ka-cha. Well, I rolled a 12.
And then, so what do you add to that? Like
int
8?
is what I use for my spells.
Okay, and
So
your proficiency?
That would be +5. And that would be a +9 then. So that would be 21.
Looking at these. Oh, by the way, that Phoenix Ash also has like suffused like red pepper, saffron, and chili oil scented
Whoa.
bits. Caitlan, I want you to guess how much each one of those bottles is worth. And then I'm going to tell you what Anthea knows.
100 gold.
Each one of them is worth 500 gold pieces.
Whoa.
There's $2,500 worth of, or for 2,500 gold pieces worth of perfume there.
And then whatever else the other bottles contain that were
Mostly
mixed all
just-
together. That probably
Yeah.
are still
They're still nice.
worth. Yeah.
You probably couldn't sell them for anything. It's basically like
Fair.
the mix your own bath oils at Lush type of thing. So they're not like name brand. But
That's
looking at
cool.
these, you'll see that as well as another one of those mind crystals.
Oh. Cool. There's another crystal too. And like 2,500 gold pieces worth of perfume. By the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Perfume.
Perfume.
Lyric's gonna go take a look, just out of curiosity. And I'm wondering if there's any of them that she actually would recognize as like something that anyone she knows desperately wants, but knows they can never afford, kind of
Oh,
thing.
Phoenix Ash? Phoenix Ash
Yeah.
is like a unisex scent that anybody who ever has wanted to go out like tavern hopping, like it's the
I sort of
Calvin
think that
Klein's
maybe there's
obsession.
one that
It's
like her stepmom keeps eyeing and wanting, but
I mean,
they
that
can't
would-
afford it with how many kids they have, or like
that would
teacher's
definitely
salary.
be Fairy Queen. That would be Fairy Queen.
yeah. Okay,
Every-
it's like
Every milk
Huh.
wants to smell like Fairy Queen.
and and you're sure they're authentic? Do you think?
Yeah, it seems pretty authentic to me.
Each one of them
So-
has the undeniable label of WCO, of a proprietor of multiplanar goods and services called Warlock & Co.
Then there's quite a few here. Do you mind if I just take one of these?
No,
I'm
I don't
fairly
mind.
certain I could get lifetime, just, family stuff for.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to
Right.
explain it. It's all good.
Fantastic. And Lyric's gonna pocket the Fairy Queen one, I guess, whichever one is probably the most likely.
Perfect.
Nice. What was the first one? Sorry, what was the first name
The
again?
first one was Enchanted Forest, I believe.
That
Or
was
maybe it
the second to last one.
wasn't. Mermaid Whisper.
Mermaid Whisper. Oh, okay, okay.
Mhm.
Anthea's going to take
By the
them
way,
so that she
They,
can
these are
copy them.
sizable. I'm going to say these are like 120 milliliter size at least.
Oh, okay.
So you guys can spare
Oh,
a
yeah,
couple
okay.
sprays, and a collector's not going to really notice. So if you want to
Oh, yeah, maybe I'll
juice
just
yourself
do that.
up for the fight, Now, Sindri, you're going to notice something fun as they're looking around the perfumes. This tub is built with specific nooks and crannies in it. Particularly, it looks like the back of it is... It's angled in such a way that there is a shelf built for someone's head. This isn't just a soaking tub, this is a sleeping tub.
Oh, weird. Huh. I'm gonna like poke around inside it.
Honestly, it looks like it'd be pretty comfortable, and as you're poking around inside of it, you'll see that on a shelf nearby, there are a series of recently cleaned, they smell like they've been probably on a shelf for a few days. So one of them's getting, is at the bottom of the stack and getting like a little bit shelf stale, you know? But they're linens and
Ooh.
pillows to line this tub's headrest with.
I'm okay. Listen, I know they haven't been like freshly washed, but they are clean. And as opposed to all the stone beds from Gibbet's Crossing and the Talhund, or the Crypt of the Talhund and Talhundreth, we have linens. Because people sleep in this, which is a choice. But I guess if you have tentacles for hands, it's like you can do like suctiony things or. We also haven't heard of the I don't think we've run into the person was described on the door. Like we've seen lots of people with tentacles, but I don't think we've seen tentacles for hands. So they might come back, so we may want to keep an eye out, but this seems like a good place to hole up.
And maybe get a bath?
Yeah, maybe. Or just a good 8 hours.
I can probably construct a curtain if we need it. Maybe.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm gonna sounds good, and I'm gonna spritz myself with dragon's breath.
Oh man, you feel spicy now.
Nice.
Like you feel bold. You feel like you could take on the world.
Yeah.
And also meet a nice halfling boy or girl. Or a themling. Whatever works. And then do experiments on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you.
Oh, I'd also like to look at the crystal a little bit closer.
Sure. Taking a bit of time to investigate it. You can absolutely get away with doing a ritual on it. It is a subtle crystal that allows you to cast subtle spell.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Lyric, I think this one's good for you again.
Oh,
Means you don't have to say anything, you can just cast a spell. You don't have to make any hand motions or use any components or anything. You just do it. Right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Much appreciated.
With that, does anybody try to turn on the tub?
Now it's gonna curl up in this armchair, it looks like.
There is a comfy armchair. And there is a wealth of robes in that closet that could easily be used to make a makeshift bed.
Oh yeah, lyrics all over that.
All right. Now I have to ask, who's taking first watch?
I'll do it.
All right. As you do, you settle down for the night. And one by one, you drift off. Save for Sindri. Sindri, can you get you to do me a favor? Can I get you to make me just a single d20 roll? Tell me what you get.
9.
Okay? The first 4 hours of the night pass without anything happening. it's pleasant enough with your thoughts. You meditate, you keep your eyes on the door, and nothing happens. Is there anything in particular you're doing, or is anybody staying awake with you, or is it just all Sindri? All Sindri. Yeah.
Lyric might stick around for a little bit of the first, but will probably go sleep partway through.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ella will probably find somewhere like relatively nearby to sleep, but will be trying to sleep to get ready for her own watch.
Anthea's already asleep on the chair. She's taking a nap right there.
Nice. All right, so Anthea, as you take your nap, Sindri, you'll get through your watch without a problem. Who is next watch?
Sure.
Okay.
Ella will.
Alessandra, can I please get you to do me a favor and roll a d20?
Alright. That's a 14.
What are you doing during your night's watch?
Probably just slowly, like, cleaning slot off of her sword and prepping.
As you're sitting there, prepping, your mind wanders a bit. And you imagine someone sitting down next to you. We've come a long way, haven't we? Carmilla says, leaning her back against yours. There are many things that I wanted to tell you. Things that I wanted to do.
Am I hallucinating right now? She will actually ask out loud.
As you do that, the weight of pressure on your back will fade. You'll wipe the sleepiness from your eyes. You nod it off for a moment. Your sword slips down to your knee. You catch it before it clatters. And you are just alone, with your friends sleeping around you, your eyes on the door. All four of them. The rest of your shift goes pretty well. There is plenty of time for you to think about what could have happened, about what will happen, and about potentially what must be done. When you do turn in for the night, to rest for the remainder of your shift, all you can think about is a mix of memories. Part of you tied into the adventures you've had so far in Phandelver. And the rest, your teachings at the Baraquel estate, and your family's words. Aberrations are to be eradicated. There is no bringing someone back. There is no way to survive something like transformation by a slot. You remember a teaching. And should someone begin to undergo ceremorphosis into a mind flayer, death is the kindest gift that a Baraquel can offer. You remember during one of your lessons, your mother locked eyes with you. Should a time ever come where I or any of your family should ever fall to such circumstances, I pray that you, she looked into your eyes, but she was actually looking into the eyes of all of you and your siblings. I hope you will love us enough to do what is right. Let love guide your blade. And that thought carries you to a fitful sleep. Anthea, are you and Lyric taking last watch together since you've gotten a full 8 hours?
Could do. She would take last watch so that she can prep her potions and prep Squish and prep all of her stuff that she needs to do.
Sounds good.
So.
Yeah. What about you, Lyric? What would you be doing?
Probably will wake up a little bit later than Anthea, but then we'll happily join, and I think we'll be going through music sheets.
Are you
just to
playing
keep
music?
herself occupied. Not yet,
Okay.
because it'll wake people up.
Sounds good. Can I get both of you to roll me a d20?
Okay. 19.
7.
Thank you very much, Caitlan. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Squish is going to erupt back to life out of one of your vials. Squish. Hello, Mother.
Oh. Wow. Hello, Squish. Tap, tap,
Hello,
tap
Mother.
on the head.
Am I awake at this point?
Yes, you are.
I think Lyric looks over, mildly concerned, and then just goes back to what she's doing and pointedly ignores the rest of it.
Hello, Mother. Squish says to you as well, Lyric.
Lyric just shakes her head,
Oh.
not even looking back at them.
Mama, I have been
Yes.
reborn, this tiny ooze monster says to you.
You have. You're looking very handsome today. Tickle under the chin-ish area.
Where there's just like this bulge. It's going
Yeah.
to... It splits into like a butt chin. There we go.
Perfect.
It's got the two orbs like Peter Griffin. Hello everyone. Are they asleep, Mother?
Oh, yes, sorry, they are asleep. Although Lyric was not asleep for a quick second, but I think they've gone back to sleep.
No, I sort of wish I was, though. Lyric is
Oh.
looking at papers.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I got mixed up. Sometimes I sleep sitting up, so I thought that perhaps you had done the same. But that's okay. Here, Squish, do you want to sit on my shoulder and then we can finish up these elixirs?
Yes, that would be most comfortable. I mean,
Perfect. Or I guess I do have a
Squish.
pocket. I think I have a pocket.
yes, this jacket has pockets.
Yes, small ones. But yes.
And as you are there, Sindri, you are asleep in the tub. Alessandra, are you sleeping in the walk-in closet to get some space?
No, I think she'd rather not be alone.
Okay.
Too much creepy shit happens when we're alone in this recently.
Sounds good. As you are there, looking around, getting your rest accordingly. All of you are going to regenerate all of your hit points. All of you are going to be ready for your long rest. And as you are, the door next to you is going to wish open as you see a mind flayer standing in the door, dressed in a sparkling green and blue robe with pinpricks of starlight in it, a hood pulled over its head. It is pale, and the robe is, well, once was gorgeous, but is now tattered, with bits of black on the mantle that look like they've been stripped away. The Mind Flayer's eyes glow with a strange, fiery light that you have not seen before. And as the door opens and the creature looks at you, it will turn its head to the side slightly, quizzically. And inside of your minds, you will feel a telepathic pulse. Actually, pardon me. You do not have to. He can speak with his mouth. That's great. That's even better. Hello. I didn't realize anyone else was here.
Wow, you're beautiful.
Thank you. Are you here on behalf of Shutu? Or...
She's just gonna be running around them, looking at their dress.
Yeah, the
Their
dress is
Majesty.
great. Can I get a perception roll? Also, Sindri,
Okay.
you and Ellasandra are going to wake up when Anthea exclaims, "Wow!"
I think Lyric is probably staring at this individual and is on high alert, ready to fight.
We just Goldilocks.
I got a 7.
7? Yeah, the robe looks like it was probably once quite beautiful.
Ella's gonna slowly try and stand up with her sword.
I see. Likely not a friend of Shutu, then.
Bless you. I don't know what they are.
The Elith
Is
is
this-
that... Yes.
Does this guy have tentacles for hands?
He does not. He does not. He has he is a very pale mind flayer that has the normal amount of tentacles for a mind flayer, as well as full normal hands.
This isn't your chamber.
It is not. I came here
Oh,
to
it's not?
borrow some ointments. My tentacles have been getting somewhat chapped.
Oh, I was gonna compliment your taste, but it still seems like you have very good taste, so that's nice.
Thank you.
Can Lyric wants to try and get a read on like what this person might be expecting as much as is feasible.
Sure, make me an insight roll.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
good.
Great.
That's a good roll.
Oh, but I have my jack of all trades. I get
You do.
half of my bonus. 14.
14. Taking a look at them, you see that they are looking at you and giving you as much of an appraisal as you are of them. They're sizing you up. Why are you here? What are you doing? But the other thing that you're going to notice is this. Most mind flayers have a slightly purplish texture to their skin. Now, while the pigment is there on this one is decidedly pale. Strangely so. Its flesh is slightly tinged purple, but almost gray-white. I see.
Now,
You,
if we give you the ointment, where are you going to return to?
my chambers.
Would you be informing anyone that you saw us here?
I must ask, how many are left to inform? I see the wreck of an orrery out here,
Hmm.
and I
A
see
slot got to it.
2 dead Illithid lying in this main chamber. Klaatu and Vrata. Both idiots.
Unfortunate that your friends have met such an end, but really, we've been waiting for a very long time.
Friends?
Allies,
They
acquaintances.
are no allies of mine.
Have you? You could select one of the other options I just suggested. Acquaintances, someone whose name you know.
Let's stick with that one then.
Sure.
Why are you here?
But how much longer do we have to wait?
Wait.
We've been here all night and no one has come yet. We've been waiting for. She gestures to the room to sort of motion the like. We took.
You're waiting
We.
for the master of this
Of course.
chamber. Make me a deception roll,
Of course.
please.
Okay, let me double check what my actor feat does. Hold on.
All right. What is my insight? That's okay.
Because I'm straight up going deception and performance going off to. Okay.
I would
I
like.
have advantage to pass myself off as a different person in general. So
Sounds good. Christine, can you also make me an Arcana roll for Alessandra because of her studies?
That is a dirty 20.
Looking at this creature, it is pale, and it is lacking the sliminess. But as you look down at its arm, it kind of shuffles beneath its robe, trying to keep much of its flesh in shadow. And that's when you're going to notice bits of the membrane between its face tentacles is stretched thin and torn, and little pieces of its arm flesh have deteriorated. Almost like a zombie. This is not an Illithid. Sort of. You are pretty certain this is an Alhoun. A mind flayer that abandoned its colony to embrace magic.
What exactly does her family think about those?
Oh man, they're still aberrations. They're undead and they're mind flayers at the same time, which is great. We love that for them. But Alhoun are particularly hated by most mind flayers. Most Elder Brain either have them destroyed or shun them entirely. They're magic-using outcasts from societies. And this is, as you look at this creature, you're going to see that it's kind of a lich.
All right, so
like-
enemy of my enemy, kind of.
Potentially. They're also known as illiches. I'm not even kidding. It's in the write-up.
That's great.
Amy called it.
Kelly, I saw the name of the creature type in the chat there, and was trying not to freak out because of the picture name, and I'm like, and I'm trying to remember out of character.
Yeah.
If we were given the names of the 3 people that were trying to do the ritual.
Yes, you were.
In the first
One was Ashutu, one was Volash. Voolash, if I'm not mistaken. It's the way that is hard for me to pronounce in real life. And then the last one was, so it was Voalsh, and then it was Chishinix.
So, do we? And sorry, has he introduced himself to us?
He is
by
not.
name?
They have not introduced themselves. He has not introduced himself.
Okay, just because it's been a few weeks.
It has not introduced itself. Its pronouns are it, according to the book. I guess
Thank
when you're
you.
a lich. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you, book.
Cool.
What did you get on your roll, Lyric?
I hadn't done it yet because I wanted to confirm whether or not this counted as a
I'll say you
passing
could,
off as a different person.
as an agent of Ashutu. Yeah, sure, I'll allow it. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Because that means I get advantage. Let me just double check if deception or performance is my better roll.
Sure.
And just because I am going to put my determination into it.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So for performance, if that's the way I'm going with it, I have a 34.
So you are an agent of Ashutu then. Well met, I suppose. I am Ushundo. I am a guest of Walsh.
That's kind of a surprise.
Greetings.
They required research for their little foray into the far realm. I happen to be quite a skilled researcher.
So are they like you, or?
No. Would you not... One moment, let me see if that would pop. Oh, that's pretty good. Ooh. He's gonna squint his eyes as you say that. Tiefling, is this one of yours traveling with you, or another? And do you care to explain why there are a pair of dead Elithid inside of the entry chamber?
Not particularly.
Why'd you care? Don't they hate that you're kind anyways?
I merely wish to know whether or not you plan to be hostile with me.
Well, do you intend on turning everybody around here into an Illithid? Or do you just intend to follow your research?
I help them perform their research as a favor. But to be honest, I care little what happens to the fools who live above. Psychic mysteries bore me.
So
I
you don't like them.
No, I do not.
Would you find it amusing if they got fucked over?
I knew I recognized that make of armor. Lady Berkel, was it?
I see my
Lyric
family's
is-
name precedes me.
frozen slightly and kind of just like staring, going like, oh shit. But trying not to.
If you truly wish to defeat them, perhaps you should take out this agent of a Shutu first. He gestures over at Lyric. Lest she betray you to them.
It's
I'm not
not
worried.
like much of a...
If
What
you
was
are
the word
waiting
you
for
said
her
before?
Shutu, what you said before.
acquaintance.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to, what was it you said? Fuck their shit up?
Well, not quite that, but pretty close.
I don't generally like being kept waiting this long, and it was sort of tentative in the first place. So, really, I don't have a problem with that.
Also, there's this big gooey brain nearby.
Ah, that diseased waste of flesh.
Yeah, how do we get to it?
You merely head through the door to the north here.
Excellent.
The ritual chamber that transported them to the far realms beyond, where they seek to establish the reconstruction of the obelisk.
Excellent. Very useful.
So that's
Question
probably what
also,
kept
in
them
your research, I don't
occupied.
know if it would have been important to you or not, but is there any way to undo Ceramorphosis?
There are ways to do anything with magic.
Would you
One
care to share?
Shutu was in possession of a thing known as a mind crystal. It is lost upon him, but in my hands it could be quite a valuable tool. Are you interested in some squid pro quo?
Well, we have somebody who they rather altered against their will, our will, the whole lot. And we'd rather like that undone, if possible. And I would rather not do it with my sword, if possible.
Yes, that would be a one-way ticket, although reincarnation should be able to resurrect them.
That's true. So keep a finger and just hope for the best. In the worst case scenario. However,
Give me the mind crystal. That would normally be on that shelf next to next to their expensive perfumes. And I will share what I know with you.
I would like to insight check this. To see if it seems
You
like
may.
he's being at all honest with me, or if this would be a horrible idea.
You may, please.
That is a 24.
Okay. That is just enough to beat me. It would make him more powerful. But honestly, he seems almost like he has that lust in his eyes that you have seen from many a spellcaster in your time. He wants this because it's cool. And because
Yeah,
it's
so far he
another...
strikes me as a type who, yeah, could be total evil lich sorcerer, but doesn't care enough about human, etc. populations to do anything about it.
He cares about his studies more than anything and is jaded.
Yeah.
He came in here to like pilfer a roommate's stash of stuff and then probably go back to his room to read. That's the vibe you're getting. He's basically in a bathrobe right now. He's the shitty house guest that gets invited over and then steals all your soaps.
And it does seem like he probably has actual legit info and he's not just bluffing.
He has something, yeah.
Alright. I can probably still kill him afterwards if need be.
You could try.
Or I could go away, come back, and then kill him again when I get stronger.
That's true.
paladin always needs a quest, right?
That's true. So what do you do?
I will agree.
He holds his hand out.
Then please provide it.
All right.
I believe Lyric has them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lyric.
If that's the mind. Oh, I have them in his mind chart. That's why I didn't think about it right away. The subtle mind chart I think was in this room.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. She will pass it over.
His hands will grip it, and it will briefly brush your flesh as the handover is complete. He's very cold to the touch. He is obviously dead. And he's honestly kind of rough. Every mind flayer that you may have touched in the past has been kind of slick, like touching an octopus. This is like kind of like a leather
Which makes
jacket
a
that's been
habit of.
sitting in a closet for like 20 years. It's leathery and hard. You can see he probably was coming in here to steal ointment. He probably gets chapped like hell being an undead illithid.
If there's an obvious location where that ointment is, she will also hand that over just because.
Oh yeah. It's
you
just
know.
it's just the squid jelly on the cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She will just grab it
Tentacle jelly.
and hand it. This is what you came for, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Thank you. There are very few ways to undo seramorphosis once it has taken hold. There is a chance that resurrection can work post-mortem, as I stated. Beyond that, a wish spell, the most powerful of magics, can undo it. However, there are also a number of creatures, both celestial and infernal, capable of doing such a thing for a price. Were one of you a powerful wizard, I would suggest you...
Sorry, no, not really.
Ah. It's too bad. Are any of you historians?
Sort of.
I was brought to Elithanok at the height of its empire, many centuries ago, and they drove me out for pursuing knowledge, only to invite me back when its long-dead idiots had their minds completely closed to the power of arcane magic. By their untimely death. These fanatics that you search for brought me back, because I am a scholar who has seen much. I helped them research the foci for their ritual. If I'm not mistaken, you four, are you the meddlers that the goblin kin spoke of? The ones who had been collecting the pieces of the obelisk?
Rearc.
Interesting. And do you have them on you?
Not anymore.
No, not exactly.
You lost them. Or
Although
did the
we're
fanatics?
5 of us.
Yes. Then the seramorphosis.
Fortunately, the 5th was holding them when it happened.
Those of you who are historians would do well to know that the foci they assemble is an obelisk crafted in the empire of Netheril itself.
Why is it always Netheril?
Because they make the best obelisks.
Was that all they did?
It's what we remember them for. The Netherese created magical cities that could fly. They harnessed the weave of magic into powers untold of, spells the like the world has never seen since. And one of these relics is being used to power this foolhardy resurrection of empire.
Sure seems like a waste.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Have they properly thanked you for your assistance with all of this undertaking?
What do you think?
Bitterness drips off the tentacles.
It does not sound like it. No. So... Sorry, just... This whole situation is a little odd.
Yes, I imagine it would be. What? Spit it out.
Well... You could come with us to interrupt and, you know, really just drive home the point that perhaps they should have been a little nicer to you.
Make me a persuasion check, please.
She's just kind of, I don't know, she's making it up as she goes along right now. This isn't the most persuasive she's really trying to be. But I got a nat 20.
Amazing. I was like, what can I say to like help you? Because I've been like looking at this.
25, I guess. I don't have a big bonus to persuasion. Most of my stuff is like performance and yeah.
Ushundo will
Stroke his tentacles for a moment.
When I returned to this place, I was dismayed to discover that the elder brain had grown sickly and paranoid. I shan't leave Elithanok. My studies are here. My books are here. My magic needs to be researched. However,
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
it would not do to remain here alone with such a strange and embittered, old, senile husk of flesh as the elder brain. How ironic, it once upon a time exiled me. And like a dutiful child, I will help you lay it to rest. With love in my heart, of course.
Of course.
Then by all means, allies.
It reaches a pale hand out to you.
could be fun. Sure. Lyric is kind of like glancing at the other party members, but also just like, I don't fucking know. So she will reach out a hand and we'll shake on it.
All right, shaking the hands with the Mind Flayer with the Alhoon. You now have an
Alisandra's
ally.
definitely grossed out by this, but
Yeah.
Lyric is trying not to show how much this is making her want to cringe from the texture alone. She's like, well, just, you know, is this something you do? Do you shake hands? I didn't really think that was part of...
Oh, normally we shake tentacles, but you seem to be lacking the...
And then your tentacle is going to reach out from your back and wave at him.
Well, that's sort of a more recent addition.
The Far Realm is corrupting you.
I'm not
Interesting.
particularly happy about it.
To reach the Elder Brain, there are 2 ways. Follow me. Let us make this done.
Of course, no time but the present.
And with that, you proceed to follow this Alhoon to go slay an Elverbrain. And I think that's where we're going to take our break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a minute. Well, hi there. Welcome back. This is the part of the program we're going to talk to the chat for like 2 minutes because we got to go kill an Elderbrain.
I have removed my halo because it was starting to hurt my ears.
That's fair. You're no longer an angel. You are now a devil.
Rawr.
Hey.
Oh, sorry. I didn't want that to be specious.
No, it's just that's my lane.
Yeah, that's fair. So Chris Perkins
Just
left
right now,
D&D.
yeah.
How are we feeling about that? That's wild,
I'm not
right?
sure.
Like the guy, like it's wild.
I mean, I kind of
think.
know who that is.
He's the developer.
What?
Like he's the head of 5th edition is leaving. And as far as I can tell, it sounds like he just like straight up quit because of shenanigans.
I mean, it's Hasbro, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. There's rumors that it might end up going to all sorts of people, but the way that Wizards of the Coast is going these days, I think that's kind of sketch. Also, hi Druid by night, good to see you there. So I'm kind of worried about the way the brand's going to go in the future, but then again, I've been worried for a while.
Like, I still haven't picked up the 2024, the 2024 Player's Handbook. Like, as someone who owns the majority of like the 5th ed books, I haven't picked it up yet.
It's not good. Like it's got a couple of cool things, and the DMG just got released, and apparently it's got a bunch of really interesting stuff in it. But a lot of it is stuff that I don't know. It's just I don't want to say they took it from other role-playing games, but I will say that a lot of the things like the safety tools and the advice for running games is stuff that is in the common knowledge base of role-playing games now. It seems like they're just reprinting a bunch of stuff that everybody already talks about, which I guess is fine.
Well, we're also in franchise players.
I mean,
That's true.
Isn't a bad thing because new people getting into it don't necessarily know about it because they're not in the world.
That's fair.
So that's not necessarily a bad thing. But
So, folks, we're about to go punch an elder brain. So I just also wanted to tell you a couple of great things. So our brand new epic Cold Iron, a D&D adventure set in our homebrew world of Elos in a slightly Wild West setting, is beginning next month. You should come and join it. This weekend, we had a couple of cancellations because of player illness, because it is flu season, and this flu is hitting like a Mack truck. So go get your flu shot if you can. It's very important. If you can get your COVID shot at the same time, it's probably a good idea because I have a lingering cough, probably from COVID, when I caught it in February, and I just, it sucks. But I would strongly suggest go take care of yourselves and save yourself a lot of the stress of getting sick. I also would encourage you to come out because we're doing Extra Life, not this weekend, but next weekend on November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, where we are running 14 games over 3 days. That's right, that's a lot of games. You get to watch all of us play. Amy might even be there in flesh. You know, maybe. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be raising money for the Children's Miracle Network, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Also, if you are in San Francisco this weekend, so are we. In fact, me, Christine, Amy, and Jen are all going to Big Bad Con in San Francisco. We're going to be there Thursday through Sunday. Not very long on Sunday, but we're going to be there Thursday through Saturday most of the time, and are going to be hanging out, doing some cool stuff, playing some games. There's even a Dork Tales room. We're not running any special events there, but you might be able to see us on the floor if you can see us behind the masks, because it's a masked con, and hopefully that'll mean we don't come back with like con plague. I'm really excited to head down there and do a little bit of conning, and also to hopefully get some like really good Mexican food, because I really miss like California Mexican. Like, just, I'll take anything, really. Besides that, we will be doing the finale of Deviant the Renegades in November. Unfortunately, the schedule is really booked because the way that it's working is we're off for Big Bad Con, then we're doing Extra Life, and then I'm going on vacation for a week in November. As I usually do on the channel, I take a week off just to exist. The end of Deviant will be running on a Saturday instead of a Sunday after I get back from vacation. And before Amy goes on vacation, because Amy's going away for a bit too. Yeah, we're all going on vacation. It's great. It's good. Got to get that pre-holiday buzz.
Season.
'Tis the season to run away.
Oh,
I
man,
literally was
I
able
could
to
just
walk.
flee.
Oh,
What'd you say?
I was gonna say I literally got my flu shot this afternoon, but walking into like Shoppers. I got my COVID and flu shots at the same time.
You just did a walk-in?
Yeah, like they say you need a reservation, but like I was just like, hey, do you have time? And they're like, sure. Bop bop. I was in and out in 10 minutes because they asked you to stay.
See, I went today by a Shoppers, and they said they sent me away.
Yeah, you can use their app to get a reservation, but like if you go the right one, or you go to a local pharmacy, you can probably just get the.
Yeah, I think it's too close to the con now for it to really matter for that. But right, because it's like, I don't know. I'll see about maybe getting it tomorrow. I'm just really busy because I gotta get the last of my writing, and I gotta edit a bunch of stuff to go out on YouTube this weekend. Because my life is a living hellscape. No, it's great. I love you all very much. Join the Patreon. All right, folks. Join the damn Patreon. Old Gods of Appalachia. The penultimate episode is going up later this week on the Patreon, so you would definitely want to be there for that. And Descent into Avernus is tomorrow. Like, oh, don't you want to see me be a blue boy? Everybody does. All right.
Where
Folks.
your life will be in a living hellscape.
My life will soon be in a living hellscape. Oh, I need to redo my ears. Anyway.
Oh.
Right? Because they're pointy. All right, folks. It is time for us to head back into Phandelver and below Le Shattered Obelisk. Here on the Tales of Dorks, the Dork Tales. Y'all ready? All right. Let's do this. And, I'll ask you once we've restarted, Amy. Hello and welcome back to Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk, here on Dork Tales. Following the Alhoon, you make your way through the chambers of a Lithanog. As you do, I need to know, Lyric, are you using your animating performance to bring back the orrery or to create the, to animate the statue?
If the orrery is still in decent condition, because it wasn't terribly beaten up, then she'll reanimate that.
Okay. Sounds good. You make your way through the corridors and chambers. The Alhoun guides you, keeping to the back of the group so that he's not the first one in the door. But he guides you, saying that on the other side of the prison pens is where you need to go.
Through that door, that is where you will find the wretched brain.
On your mark, Alessandra.
Who, before you enter, a sign of good faith. Which of you? Is it you, Ellasandra Barakel, who is the strongest warrior? Or is it you?
Suppose?
Then come hither, my.
She's gonna look real uncomfortable at that and approach.
He raises a hand, and you see magic flare at his fingertips for a moment. Do you allow him to cast a spell?
Insight check?
Please.
Dirty 20.
The spell appears to be harmless.
Okay, I will allow it.
He waves his hand over you, calling arcane energies to the fore, and you will vanish from sight as he casts invisibility on you.
Best not to let the brain see you coming.
And Lyric's going to cast Intellect Fortress on herself.
All right. Shall we?
Now, that said, the brain can sense your presence. It may not give you an advantage, but if there are any worshippers inside of the chamber, you can make short work of them. Small measures.
Noted.
Good luck, friends.
Who opens the door?
Thank you.
Ella will reach for it and just go, stealthy or not stealthy?
Lyric shrugs.
All right, she's going to open it and burst through as fast as she can.
All
and
right.
dodge to the side.
Staring at it, the eyes are your eyes are going to open it. And the door is going to surge open. As it does, you look on the other side and you see strange flowing sigils are inscribed. Strange flowing sigils are inscribed around the edge of an enormous stone pool, half filled with brine. In the pool's center, an enormous, slime-covered brain is covered in pulsing pustules. The brain oozes over the pool's lip, which is coated with grime and mold. As the door opens, you see that this thing is oozing. It has layers of slime that are caked to it, connecting it. It honestly, to describe this, it looks almost like parts of it are melting into this pool. It is diseased and sick, It looks less like a brain and more like snot. Allow me to share a picture of it with you.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Ew.
It looks at you, its pustulous eyes rolling. Yes, this brain has eyes along its flank. And as it looks at you, all of you that have the ability to have telepathy reach you or you're going to hear a voice inside of your mind.
Who might you be? You are here to destroy me! Traitors!
And can I please get an initiative roll from everybody?
Is there anybody else in this space?
There is not. There's nobody but the brain. So the invisibility was kind of useless.
Oh, well.
It's the thought that counts, and the count that
Ellis
thinks.
is trying to compute like the traitor's comment and being like, "But I wasn't on your side."
It's it's kind of an insane brain. It's insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Sorry, had to. It's the law.
The bonus from Alessandra is +3.
+3. All
It
right.
shouldn't be +4 for proficiency.
Actually, yeah, it's +4.
Oh, it's +4 now.
Proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I get a 26.
Okay. All right. So, looking at this, what we have is, holy crap, we've got Sindri with a 26. Then we've got, oh boy, then we've got Ella with a 22. Then we've got Anthea with a 16. Then we've got EB, the Elder Brain, with a 15. Then we've got Lyric with a 10. Then we have our good friend Ushundo with a 5. Because, I mean, if anything, he's a wizard. Let's be fair. All right. And with that, let us begin combat. The door swings open. You step inside and see this horrid creature in front of you. Sindri, you are right behind Alessandra. What do you do?
I hate this thing. I'm gonna go all in, just like dash forward.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Bonk. And then just go to town on it.
Sounds good.
Can it be stunned? Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Does a 25 hit? No, 26.
Yes.
Sorry.
Absolutely
Yeah.
it does.
Shockingly, the humongo brain does not have great armor class.
Honestly, its dex is way higher than I would have expected. But still, for a giant brain, it's way higher than I expected.
All right, so I'm gonna hit it with the staff, and I'm gonna do 11 points of damage on my first hit and attempt to stun.
Okay. Don't let me be stunned. Don't let me be stunned. Balls. Okay, I'm gonna spend a hurt the more to re-roll that. I'm gonna re-roll one of my red dice. Oh god, it was cocked between a 20 and an 8. One sec. It's stunned.
Lull them out. Let's get them. Get it.
God damn it. God damn monks. Monks.
Fuck yes!
Does 19 hit it when it's
Oh
stunned?
yeah. Oh yeah, it does. Just give me the damage. It's not resistant to anything. Just give it to me.
So that's gonna be another.
Now
another
all I
6.
can think is this thing sounding like the brain from that episode of Futurama. I am the big brain. God damn
So
it.
I'm actually gonna get a bunch of ones, but it's gonna be another 18 points of damage after my first attack. So I'm gonna use flurry of blows to do an additional 2 attacks.
Okay, so 29 total.
Yeah. So leap in, jam my staff into it, and just start wailing on it.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, Alessandra, It is your turn as this brain seizes up. Its flesh jiggles like gelatin as it freezes in place.
So I would like to emphasize that this was my plan in advance. Were to use 3rd level Divine Smites on both my hits.
Okay, you have advantage on your strike. Give it to me.
That is going to be... First one is... 22.
Yep.
Holy shit! Double nat 20s! Double nat 20s on the second roll!
Whoa.
Okay. Which one are you using the smite on?
I mean, both. I was just gonna roll
Okay.
them both.
Okay. Holy shit! Double nat 20s. So
I
who are
literally
you
rolled
giving?
double nat 20s on that last advantage roll.
That's
like,
ridiculous.
I don't think I've ever had that happen before.
Yeah, you have.
Turn
but,
it
like,
inside
it's been a while.
out.
All right, take a photo of it for the Discord and roll me all of the damage.
1 sec.
If you one-shot this fucking brain before its first turn,
I'm gonna be so
Lyrical
fucking...
I guess a
No
two-shot. If you two-shot this brain with Sindri.
Lyric would have absolutely 0 complaints because it means she doesn't have to get her hands dirty on.
This is the equivalent of Sindri, like, tripping him so that you can shove him into a wood chipper.
That's incredible! With Ella being the one chipper.
A flaw.
Yeah. I mean, honestly.
I was gonna
I like
spend a
that-
hurt them more to have it try to, like, do another save at the beginning of its turn to pop out of this after you wailed on it. I might not get a chance.
Yeah, plus I have silvery barbs
That's
that I haven't had to use yet.
Fuck you. Respectfully.
No, my life has been doing that enough lately.
Oh my god. God damn it.
Turn it
And
inside
yes.
out.
Amy and
102 points of damage!
You hit it for more points than Dalmatians. Your
I
mom
mean, I got
would
rid
be
of both of my 3rd level spell slots, but...
your mom would be so proud. Like, I'm sorry, but like, holy shit. Lunging forward with the power of God and anime on your side, you are going to plunge your blade into this brain and just kind of wiggle it around a bunch, I'm assuming. As divine energy crackles around, holy shit. This thing is, you are now knee deep in brain goop. And this thing is on its way out, but it's still up. It's still up, Alessandra.
Oh, just barely. I would like to try and get this to focus. There's 120.
Yep.
And there's the other 20.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Well, there's not
You
much point using Tunnel Fighter stance on this, and I've used 2 Divine Smites already. At 3rd
Okay.
level, both. One of which was a crit. I don't think there's much else I can do.
Okay.
I guess I could have popped my wings. I forgot that those came back, and that would have given me another D4, but
All
too late.
right. So, as you stab into this creature twice with your radiant blow as it quivers in place, behind you, Anthea, we see you standing behind Lyric in the doorway. It is your turn. What do you do?
Let's go, Squish. And
Squish.
let's see. Yeah.
You can absolutely go past
Ding,
Lyric.
ding, ding, ding. Here. And I'm going to Firebolt.
Okay, you have advantage on this because
So-
he's stunned.
Sweet. Dirty 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Alright.
This thing can actually move 5 feet. I'm very proud of it.
10.
That's good.
Oh. Yeah. Good for it. Good for it, really.
Good for it getting that
Gosh,
exercise.
Very effective.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Oh,
there it is.
you know what?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I was gonna ask Christine who gets the advantage, but this thing's stunned. So
fair enough. So it's 14 points of fire damage to it.
is that with the bonus from casting?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Squish's turn.
Squish!
Yeah.
With advantage.
Advantage. Right. I almost didn't.
Switch vantage.
Oh, he rolled a 17, so that's gonna be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that's absolutely a hit.
Ka-cha. Whoa, he got max damage at 8 points of force damage.
8 points of force damage. The firebolt and force shot are going to slam into this brain, causing it to teeter and almost fall over into its pit of slime.
Nice. We're gonna have a little high five.
Perfect. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's everything.
Okay, because I have to, I'm going to spend my Hurt the More on Brain's turn to try to shrug off this effect. Con save. That is going to be Silvery Barbs. Is that going to be Silvery Barbs?
Yeah, Silvery Barbs.
Okay. All right. It was a 22. And it is still a 22.
Man. All right. Well, I guess I'll give that advantage to me.
Okay. It is going to break free of the stun. If it had a breath, it would be gasping and bleeding out of every orifice, but it doesn't really have orifi. But instead is going to let out a psionic scream. Can I please get everyone that it can see inside of 60 feet, which is literally everyone, to make me an intelligence saving throw?
Oh, good thing I gave myself advantage. Oh, and I...
Yup.
Wait. I
Hey,
already
Kelly.
have...
Yes.
Do I need to?
Nice.
Does the crown give you immunity or just advantage?
Depends on what the effect is.
So this is a Mind Blast. Let me just double check. Mind Guard Crown, resistance to psychic damage, and you have advantage on saving throws. So yes.
Yeah, I already have those from Intellect Fortress, which I have up. So.
Okay, so you'll roll with advantage. Okay. And this is where this thing gets... oh, god damn it. I'm looking at your rolls. Okay, so...
I'm good at int saves.
You are. All right, so that's a 20 for Anthea. A 24 for Alessandra.
I was too smug.
Who did you give your advantage to, by the way, Lyric?
I was gonna give it to myself, but then I realized I already had advantage. But it was after I declared.
You don't have advantage?
Yeah, I do. I have Intellect Fortress active.
Oh, fair.
That does essentially the same thing. It gives you resistance to psychic damage as well as advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saves. So
Alright.
I redundanced myself. But then I rolled double sixes with my advantage roll, which even with my +3 to intelligence is only a 9.
Okay.
So, woo.
All right. A pulse of energy is going to rip out. Everybody who rolled less than a 17 is going to take 32 points of psychic damage, which will be halved, and you will be stunned. And that is my turn.
It's fair.
How do you like it, bitch? All right. Lyric, you are stunned. However, at the end of your turn, you can make me another intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Oh, I guess I need to roll for the, who's it? No, that thing did not succeed either. So it's going to take that 32 points, I think. Wait, is it immune to psychic? Hold on. What's my...
I think it is immune to psychic.
Oh.
If
It is immune to psychic. Good
it doesn't have
job.
a mind.
Good job. Okay. So I, because of Intellect Fortress, have that down to 16, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I need to do a check to make sure I preserve that. As concentration. Wait, can you concentrate while stunned?
That's a great question. Are you incapacitated?
It's been a minute since I had to look at that.
Yeah, that's fair. I always forget that as well. Quick, checking real quick. Stunned. Is incapacitated, unfortunately, yeah. So that means that you will drop...
Can't speak.
Oh, no, it's...
Automatically fails strength and dexterity rolls, attack rolls. Incapacitated, not in...
Stated. So it kills concentration.
Okay. Of course, they don't put it under the effect. They put it under
don't.
concentration because that's the greatest place for that to be. Okay, cool. So that drops. I'm no longer concentrating on it, but that is after I take the damage, though.
But you gave yourself advantage from silvery barbs, so you may use your advantage on your
You're
saving
letting
throw
me
at the end of
hold
your
on
turn.
to it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you
appreciate
would
that.
have. That is not a concentration effect.
No, but the save to resist it,
Mhm.
I already had advantage, and I gave myself advantage. It would have been the next
You
roll.
would have, well, yeah, but
that's-
I mean, technically, it would have gone off the first roll you
It
make.
would
But
have
that's.
basically been wasted. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it goes
so
off of the
that's what I was
first
gonna
roll
do.
that you can make where it applies.
Okay. Then I will
I think
do that for
that's me being
that.
nice.
Next.
You just lost your
I
entire turn. I'm gonna be nice to you.
That. Double checking what. Okay. If I am incapacitated.
Yep.
Okay.
Just make me just roll with it. Spend it to roll with advantage
It
on an
can
int save.
take actions on its own during dodge action unless you take a bonus action. If you're incapacitated, it can take any action of its choice, not just dodge. So it can move on my turn before the end of my turn because I'm
Okay.
incapacitated.
What's its speed?
Its speed is a 30-foot flying hover.
Okay, so it can basically get right behind the Alhoon.
Oh, I don't know how far it was behind us. I don't know. Didn't know if it got moved up.
Not
Or was it
from
before?
where. Sure, actually. I'll say. that it
Basically,
can
the
go
point
5,
is she
10,
wants
15,
it
20,
in front of her
25.
to take any blasts, potentially in obscure vision. But that's essentially all that she was going
I'll say
for.
it can make it into the room.
Okay. That's all it's going to do. And then I will do my intelligence.
Give me the save.
Okay. Where was that not 20 before? God damn it. Okay, well, there's a nat 20. I passed the save.
Perfect.
But, yeah.
All
It's a
right.
little-
You are going to shake yourself off of this effect, realizing that you were just stunned and really lucked out with that. Congrats. You're going to shake yourself off, seeing your the orrery push past you, and oh, I've got to do this. Okay, one sec, guys. You will hear the Alhoon lean over and say,
Are you all right?
Yep. So,
Then witness true power. His story.
the Alhoon is going to push in front of you. Is going to raise hands and say,
You once cast me out. Now, suffer.
and did he actually do it legitimately? Did he actually? Oh God, he didn't. He didn't. However, Lyric, it's been your turn. You can silvery barbs this again if you want.
yeah, did it take was it making a save?
The Alhoon raises his hands and casts a spell, which you will recognize as Dominate Monster.
You
I
will
didn't pass the save.
bend.
So
It just passed.
Yeah,
I got an
I'm no longer
18.
stunned, so I can take a reaction. So I can silvery barbs. I will.
You can. All right. Who gets the advantage?
Alessandra, I think.
Alessandra. Okay. Here we go. What's my save DC? My save DC is not enough. That is a 16. Or pardon me, that is a 14, and I needed a 16. The Elder Brain freezes. And is not immune to charm, just double checking. Not immune to charm. Oh, wait, I have advantage. Shit. Ah. Darn it. I have advantage on this. Yep. Well, he tried. He sure did try. For a moment, it begins to freeze up. And then you'll hear this shrill voice.
I should have destroyed you when I had the chance.
And Sindri, you are stunned. Make me an int save. With advantage, please, sir. Chris. Sindri, make me an int save.
Chris is also stunned. 19. There we go.
19. All right, you are going to pop out of this at the end of your turn. Yeah. How does it feel?
Bad.
It feels bad, bro.
Feels bad.
And Alessandra, you're up.
Okay. And I was not stunned.
You were not stunned.
So I'm going to hit it again.
And you have advantage from my silvery barb.
I do have
Sweet,
advantage
on
from
one
the
of the
silver
attacks?
barb. Here we go.
The same 2 dice rolled dual 17s this time.
Its armor class.
Not sure why they've synced up that way.
Its armor class is 10.
Cool.
I don't mind
So I
telling
don't
you
have
this
to tell
right.
you the +9 I add to that.
Nope.
Cool.
Nope.
So that's hit 1.
You would have hit on anything a 2 or higher.
Yeah, I rolled a 7 that time, so that definitely hits 2. How hurt is this thing looking?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. This looks like the... I don't even know how to describe this. This looks like it's been sous vide by your blows. Like, it's on fire. Some of the brine is burning off from where Anthea lit it aloft. It is shrieking in all of your heads about... You hear like a dozen voices shrieking about how it will destroy you. At the same time, you hear a small voice say, "Must run, must run, must run."
Okay. I'm not going to let it run. So bonus action. Pop my wings as well. As part of this attack, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I can add my proficiency bonus and damage to this. And yeah, why not? I might as well use Divine Smite. Hell, let's use 2.
All right, go ahead. Give it to me.
Okay, so first attack. And second attack. $55 points of damage.
How do you do it?
I want to just do 2 big cuts, like you're using an axe to chop into a tree trunk. So you get that one cut fully down the middle of its head, or I guess its brain, and then a
Its
second
being.
cut to go all the way through.
It cleaves.
And just kind of like overhand sorting it.
And the elder brain splits. With a psychic scream, it writhes. Just for a moment. And then deflates like a pufferfish, turning into a gelatinous mass at the bottom of its briny pool.
You will find the ritual chamber to the north. I wish you luck on the other side. Kill them. Destroy the fanatics. It will be entertaining.
And probably quite cathartic.
Yes.
Are you sure you don't want to come?
Oh, yes. I have no place there. But I will root for you from my place in my study. Goodbye, cruel patriarch.
the Alhoon says as it looks down at the briny pool with the split elder brain in it.
I leave you in peace, as you have left it
Yes.
In pieces.
Goodbye.
And Ushundo will get the hell out of there before you decide to cut him up too.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about that too hard. Because he might be able to help us later
It's true.
for Carmilla.
It was nice to meet you.
He raises a hand to you. Just kind of an over-the-shoulder wave.
There they go. So
Ritual
That
room to the
was-
north.
Let's go
interesting.
disrupt these assholes.
And funnily enough, that also happens to be left.
Perfect. It's fate then.
Let's do this. They must know we're here.
Yeah.
We weren't exactly quiet, so probably.
Is there anything else in this room?
Looking around, you can see that next to the gelatinous form of this destroyed, infected brain, you can see that there's another door across the way that leads to the east, as well as looks like some type of funneling tubes that feed the brine down into another room, kind of like in that feeding chamber room that you were in before. But inside of this shallow, briny pool, you'll see 3 large crystals, those mind crystals, glitter from the pool's bottom. You'll have to fish around brain soup.
Do you want to leave
Yeah.
them out with this? And she'll hold out the javelin of lightning.
Well, I was sort of thinking there's an easier way, and Lyric is going to use her Song of Creation to get one of those nets that scoop things out of pools.
You're gonna get a pool skimmer?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull them out.
Fucking beautiful. I love it. All right, you're gonna get 1 quickened mind crystal and 2 extended mind crystals.
Yeah, those are fun.
Are you doing anything else in the stinky, briny room? You could eat the mind flare. The elder brain.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
Okay.
I think this one's
Okay,
gone
sure.
off.
Yeah, it definitely has.
Like, I know head
And-
cheese is a thing, but I really don't want, like, evil head cheese.
I
Mhm.
don't think this counts even remotely as cheese at this point. Anyway, so should we announce
cheese is made
ourselves?
from
They know we're
brains.
here.
But
Eh.
it's basically gelatin. It's
Um,
gross. This is even grosser.
So here's a thought. They know we're here. How about I announce us even more? It might shock them a little. As
Okay.
Lyric suggests casting Shatter
Are
at
we
a high
sure?
level into the room.
If they're in that room, or if there's just another portal. Because why would they actually have their thing in this place when everything else was hidden behind portals?
Mm.
Also,
know.
he wasn't going to come with us because he didn't want to go somewhere other than here.
I suppose that's fair.
Well, let's go see
I'm
where.
trying to peek,
Let's go
and then
see.
you would
Anyway.
cast it.
I
if
sort
they're
of
there.
figure I could, just send them off with a bang. I really would like to see that happen.
Well, I can't open. Is this a solid door, or is this another one of the brain doors?
It's another one of the brain doors.
Oh, I'll need someone else to open it for me.
I'll open it again.
Tick, 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 tick. Mm,
Swish.
eventually
There
we'll
you
have
go.
to get used to opening doors again with, a handle. But for now, this is kind of interesting.
The door swings open, revealing a small working room. A shallow alcove in the room's north wall contains only bare stone. Faintly glowing runes surround the alcove, however, each sputtering and slowly fading. A table of jars and bowls stands against the west wall. The east wall is flat, but covered in a dizzying array of lines, shapes, and formulae. As soon as you step inside of the room, you'll see that there's no one in here. It's been pilfered of almost anything of value, but Anthea, you'll recognize that the jars and bowls on the table hold alchemical reagents and crumbled crystals. No real value, but remnants of what they were working on. Sindri, you will immediately see a metal disc that bears the carving of a blood-soaked brain. The back of the disc. Do you pick it up?
Sure.
It's
Ew.
carved in a language that you don't recognize but can read. We come to you, Ilvaash. Unless you read Undercommon?
Nope.
Well, you do now.
We come to you, Ilvaash. Huh, weird.
Doesn't. Never mind. Just sort of flags. Bad ones. It just seems like we're on the right track.
Do these formula mean anything to you?
Does anybody want to take a look at them?
Yes, please.
Sure.
That sounds wonderful. Make me an Arcana roll.
Dirty 20.
Oh, God. Okay.
I keep rolling 11s, and I'm like, I have to make sure that I add 9 to this.
19? Perfect. This flat section of wall contains several cramped sketches and eldritch formulas. Overlapping annotations render these notes inscrutable, but the drawing next to them is clear. The sketch shows this room's rune-ringed alcove connected to 3 larger runes. One rune is surrounded by tentacles, another by ragged lumps that look like warts, and another by a scribble that looks like a maze. Above the sketches are scrawled the words, "Go we 3 beyond a lightless star." This alcove is the gateway, you'll realize with that roll. They tethered it to the bolstering runes from those subdimensions through the rifts that you passed. The runes send far realm energy to the gateway, giving it the power needed to open. However, this gateway is currently shut. As
So I can
Sorry, go ahead.
sort of figure it out based on the pictures, but I'm not exactly sure how to turn it on.
As you say that, who's holding the novels?
Yeah.
You are going to start hearing chittering and excitement from your bag.
Are they gonna go to the right place? Or do you remember which one we got from where? Oh, go little ones, go!
Shake them out.
As you shake
Squish,
them
look
out,
at this! Oh, and Squish is squished. Wait a second. No, Squish would be squished anyways, even if he saved.
the chattering creatures hit the ground and roll. They strain toward the archway on the back wall. With a sound like tearing canvas, the archway splits into a rift larger than any of the others.
Oh, so that's what that picture meant. I guess that makes sense, but...
Beyond it, you see grayish pink tunnels, similar to the folds of a titanic brain. The round creatures simultaneously croon in delight, "Oh," and then explode into messy globs of flesh.
So not to be an alarmist, but and I could be wrong, but I get the sense that we are now on a very short timeline, since those were the things keeping it open and stable.
You can make
and
me an
tethered.
Arcana roll, actually.
I'm just inferring from what we were told before, so even if she doesn't know, she rolled a 2, so that's her assumption, is that, well, we now have no time, and we should really get in there and do it. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Is anybody else going to make me a religion or Arcana roll?
Technically,
I'd like
that
to
makes it a
try.
9, but that's still not great.
That's not great.
I'd like to try Arcana.
Please do.
Well,
Alizander.
I'm a halfling.
Perfect. Alessandra, would you like to try a religion roll on some of the
Sure.
runes around the door?
19.
19.
Yeah.
Looking at this, you're going to be able to see that this was used fairly recently to activate a gateway. But it's stable now with these energies. You think that it'll stay open for probably a couple of days. Which means that they went through several days ago to begin their ritual. They have a head start on you. But it means that you can take a moment to breathe before heading through at least. Alessandra, what'd you get?
19.
Written along the wall, you are going to notice that the runes spell out a prayer to this Ilvash that opens a gateway into its own realm. You are stepping, or preparing to step, into the realm of an aberration godlet.
Shit.
The portal stabilizes. What do you all do?
Well, they have a head start, but I think it's pretty stable for like a few days, ish, give or take.
I'm really not sure on that one.
Well,
Doesn't really matter, does it?
Oh, just be aware this is a realm of a godlet, an aberration
Oh,
god
that's
type.
great to know. I'm sure that will allow us to make an informed decision about not entering the said domain, or no, I think we still have to go.
Is that like a goblet? So no one found that funny. Okay. Yeah.
No,
Well, obviously we're going,
wish
but be
it was.
aware that it's going to have more control and power in there probably than us.
Found it quite hilarious, a voice says from the corner of the room. The smell of brimstone is thick in the air. A feminine shape. The ideal feminine shape for whatever you think it might be. Dressed in a long, flowing, split-leg dress that clings to perfectly formed breasts and hips. Long, flowing red hair cascading down lightly blued flesh. With flaming eyes stands in the corner. A pair of bat wings folded against the small of their back. Pardon me, the skin is reddish, not bluish.
What fresh hell is this?
Oh, not fresh hell. Lyric, you will recognize Colrath.
As Lyric kind of points at herself and goes, Are you here for me, or just a social call, or
I'm
What?
here to speak on behalf of a friend. I mean you no harm. Allies. Neutral party here. My name is Colrath. I'm an emissary. Here to
discuss a bargain with you. It appears that you are going to rescue many souls from perdition. And yet there's one soul that I hear you are the most worried about rescuing.
Well, say it.
Is it Carmilla?
Lyric is looking everywhere but at the party and at Colrath.
It would take quite a feat of magic to undo such an unfortunate event. However, the one that I am the emissary for would be more than pleased to undo this for you. In exchange for a pittance.
What is it?
When this is all said and done, we will take the obelisk.
What are you gonna do with the obelisk?
Who's to say? But I guarantee it won't fall into the hands of something as pitiful as mudflayers. It will be safer in our hands.
We can't do this. This is...
You wish to go and look for a spellcaster the likes of Elminster to undo such a ceremorphic event? I'm afraid that this journey that your friend has gone on is a one-way trip.
Perhaps if you showed up in a form other than with bat wings and brimstone, but...
I
yes.
hardly think that makes much of a difference here.
No, it kind of does.
Oh, of
It's not
course.
just the appearance, but this is...
I prefer to be honest in my dealings, and I guarantee you that I'm a very trustworthy devil. Ask Lyric. She smiles, pursing her blood-red lips in a slight
Why would
pout.
I ask
Yeah.
Lyric?
Really don't know you at all much.
We're old friends, Lyric.
I don't think 2 conversations counts as good friends.
I saved your life.
I sort of... to be fair, I sort of inferred that that was at someone else's behest.
Yes, and at someone's behest I come to speak plainly with you. But if it
Oh.
is merely my
Um,
form...
It's not the form.
no.
It's...
Still, I don't know that we're quite close enough to consider each other old friends. I think we would certainly need far more tavern nights before that.
If you need a
Alessandra, back me up
No
here.
offense.
Of course. Well, in that case, if you merely need a tavern night, she will snap her fingers.
No,
And
is
the
it
setting around you
more...
is going to shift. The smell of ale and cooked meat will fill the chamber, and you will find yourself in a comfortable tavern.
As nice as this is, would you really need to be where we just were? Magic.
we simply
sounds like
can't do this, right?
teleportation. I mean,
I mean,
technically,
I
we
just made a
could
deal with an
tell.
Alhoon.
Mm,
I don't know if the obelisk is even gonna be retrievable.
Does
What
the
would you be
bargain
intending to use?
I'm afraid I can't
That-
say.
World
But
domination,
also-
human enslavement,
Mm,
dwarf enslavement. I don't know.
Dwarf
well, I suspect
enslavement?
It's more to do with
I don't know. I think I
No,
couldn't just
infernal
say
conquest
human. I mean, I'm not human,
and
but
such.
couldn't just
Yeah.
say it as if they were the main race in the world. Started listing others and then just kind of pause. You get my drift.
Of course. Beer? They wave their hands, and frothing mugs of ale appear in front of you.
I'm good actually right now.
An apple?
More to the point,
Pineapple?
could you this bargain you're proposing,
Yes.
does it want the entire obelisk or just, a large portion of it? Because I really would feel more comfortable if it wasn't all in one piece, or it was more difficult.
Would you feel more
for it to be-
comfortable if Carmilla was not all in one piece? I could return a hand to you. Perhaps a juicier bit for Ellasandra.
This
That's
this
sort of-
ob-
Mm.
this obelisk is to bring this godlet to the mortal realms. To
And I
they're using
guarantee-
it for that.
I guarantee that that godlet will not set foot in Torel.
I'm not worried about the godlet coming through.
You should be.
If we give it to you, well, yes, that's why I'm here. But whoever you're serving, coming through with that obelisk, unleashing hellfire onto Toril.
I figure we may have some time on that regard, because as soon as they had it, wouldn't there be a whole lot of other...
Do you want to repeat this whole song and dance again? Chasing down obelisk shards and breaking up rituals?
No, not really, but I do sort of like the idea of having some time to not have to be doing that for a while,
Whatever would occur would
and
be...
getting our friend back.
Yes. It would be on a
I
much
sort of think a
longer timeline.
inconvenient quest is a bit more preferable. Although undoubtedly it will probably be used for some infernal purposes. So, it's nearly a guarantee. Just I don't know what sort of infernal purposes, because there's a lot of them.
Could we
I
discuss
figure.
this and get back to you?
Yes, but I would like an answer sooner rather than later. My
Well, I mean, I can't really guarantee that we will get it back in
Oh.
one piece, but if we do, we will keep your offer in mind.
Right, we do need to discuss with our legal counsel. She glances
Yes.
over at Anthea pointedly.
Yes,
What?
exactly. We would like time to deliberate our options and your offer, and we will come to some sort of either agreement or disagreement.
every
Is that
Um,
right?
With
Every
some
moment.
contractual terms in writing.
Yes, correct. That
you
one.
want a contract.
If we're making a bargain, there should be some sort of written agreement, right?
Of course.
But we're not yet. We need some time to deliberate first.
Yeah.
Take as
our-
long as
our
you
own
need,
terms.
but know that every moment that you tarry, you get one step closer to whatever's waiting on the other side. And when you step through that portal, I cannot guarantee that the first creature that you will have to kill will not be Carmilla. It's not like she will still have her flaming red hair. She will look like just any other Illithid.
That
So
would
what you're
be-
saying is if we promise to give it to you, you'll just smooth the way from the start.
I will make certain that Carmilla, wherever she is, will be returned to her original form when you arrive. Exactly as she was when she transmogrified. It will be
So
like
could
it
we
never
discuss this for, like,
happened.
5 minutes?
5
You know,
minutes is...
group huddle.
Of course.
A pittance, because we could probably be discussing this for a lot more time than us just.
Oh, yes, of
you know,
course,
group huddle,
please. And if this
discuss-
tavern is not to your liking...
She snaps her fingers and returns you back into the chamber.
Is this better? Oh, and
Sure.
Sindri, if you would have liked, I could have easily been a far more pleasing sight.
She waves a hand over her head, and for a moment where it passes, you will see Sildar.
Is this what you
Yes.
wanted?
It's not that your form is unappealing. It is just that you are appearing as a literal messenger of the house. And I might not have studied in Candlekeep or been tutored in Neverwinter, but from what I've heard from all the bards is that making deals with the devils always ends badly.
Let me tell you a secret. Everything always ends badly. Every love song ends with a death. Every great hero rots in the ground. Every
You know-
beloved creature dies in the end.
You're not really helping your case.
No. The best thing that one can do is make the most of the time that they have. Because it's the one thing that you can never really get back, is it? Squandered time. Unless, of course,
You were willing to give something for it. Now, I cannot say what the obelisk would be used for.
It's probably above your pay grade anyway.
yes. But I think that you have a much better chance giving it to us than allowing it to fall into the hands of some other creature down the line. You won't be able to destroy it, and it will just remain in the far realm where another godlet could rise up and claim it. At least in the hells it will be sealed away.
I will also point out that you are going awfully far out of your way to approach us about this. I mean, sure, it's a very good, could be a very good deal, but
Oh, Lyric,
there's clearly a
I'm
reason you're
Ivy.
not getting it yourself.
why would
So
I
you
do
do
that
need
if
us
you
for it.
could? And
Right.
you need me for Carmilla.
So perhaps once you've shown your generosity and your a show of good faith for our agreement, you know, maybe add something a little in to sweeten the deal to show, pay half up front first, a little bit of aid or help. Because if we die, and really this is all for no point at all, and then you've just lost your best ticket to get this thing you really want for your boss,
Lyric,
and then we're dead, and that really sucks. I'm just a thought.
Make me a persuasion roll, please, Lyric.
Okay. No, I'm gonna use a different dice and see if it absolutely betrays me or not.
Mhm.
Nope. You said persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
That would be an 18.
what kind of thing were you looking for? Have up front an ally. I could give you... Yes. I do know I cannot just provide you with one. However, should you seek aid in your quest against this godlet, I could guide you to some potential allies in your quest and give you the means to earn their favor. Would that be sufficient?
I mean, we used to have 5 of us, and our odds of surviving were admittedly better then. So, I personally think that having someone else to help out would be fair.
Of
For all
course. I would be
parties?
more than happy to do so. That seems like a fair trade. But please, speak amongst yourselves. As Anthea said, there are several days before this portal destabilizes. Are you fine with the setting of this meeting being a Lithanok? I could easily set it to change the
No,
terrain
this is fine. We're good here. It's,
Of course.
you know,
The ale was
right
just ale,
here.
by the way. It wasn't an infernal agreement to have a snack. Unfortunately, you missed out.
that's alright. That's fine by
You
me.
should have tried the meat pies. They were from Baldur's Gate.
That sounds really good.
Would you care for a meat pie? Anthea?
Well, now that you say it like that, I don't think so.
Perhaps next time?
Yeah.
Perhaps next time. I'll give you a moment while I clean my wings. And they will wander up to the portal. Just take a peer through it to give you a bit of space.
Right, so I'm quite certain they can hear everything we're saying, but it does sort of give the illusion that we are. Yeah, that doesn't help. But anyway, this sort of makes me feel a little more comfortable in terms of just, you know, the general appearance of illusion of privacy. So, thoughts? We could potentially have someone to help us not die right away with a trade-off of getting Carmilla back, and some time before our next fated, or perhaps not so fated adventure, that we could send someone else to deal with. You know, pass that message along to someone at Candlekeep and just be like, oh, hey, just so you know, there's a, you know, infernal forces have acquired a Netherese obelisk. Perhaps you should do something about it. We're not exactly qualified.
There's
You know,
potential
no big deal.
that they would also be using it in their own fights within their world.
Their own fights in the
that's a them
hells?
problem.
Right?
Not
That's a them
really a problem
problem.
here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So,
it sounds like Carmilla would go back to how she was before, not necessarily before we started all mutating.
but
So she might still
You
have the
know.
weird mutations, but wouldn't be in a lithid.
which is an improvement for sure. Sindri?
I think this is a profoundly bad idea, but
Oh,
I don't feel
certainly.
like we'd have many options.
well, we do.
We do. We could say no, and then we don't get Carmilla back, and a godlet
We
gets
have to kill
released,
her.
and
Maybe.
no, she'll probably just go off somewhere else to find someone else to go try and steal
Or-
it back later.
Or perhaps we can find another. There are other ways. You said there are the other, like there's been said there are other ways. They aren't as easy and they aren't as obvious, but they might be
We're
possible.
going to starve her until we can find them.
If we know which one is her.
That's true. That's gonna be hard, probably.
Well, I mean, I assume she'd probably still be wearing her armor.
I don't
then
know
it's
so
gonna
much
be-
about that.
Oh.
I don't know. They seem to be kind of Just the sort of vibe, you know, that they don't really think much of regular clothing.
No, but
Sort
they might
of a
just leave it and not
uniform?
care.
Maybe. I wouldn't count on it though. So I say sure. At least then we have better chances of surviving to deal with the next crisis.
I think you have good reasoning.
I certainly can't say I was, you know, president of the debate club or anything, but, you know.
I don't know if we can, because they'd probably swoop in to take it, but I don't know if we'd be able to even break it or take it back ourselves, because even those pieces were just so heavy. Right? So I feel like our options about it itself are also rather limited, and this kind of deals with it.
I've said my piece on this. I don't think this is a good idea, but if this is the path you take, I'm here. I'm going to fight alongside you. This is
I guess the question I'm sort of asking myself is which of these outcomes is one that I can live with, even if it's terrible consequences. Can I live with those consequences? And I think I can.
Would Carmilla have wanted this? Would she be okay with us making a deal with a fiend on her behalf? For endangering others?
Perhaps not, but she would absolutely do it for one of us.
That's a good point, Lyric.
I think that Sindri making that point will kind of hit Ella fairly hard and try. She's not gonna look as certain.
And I'm fairly confident that if it was Alessandra and their roles were reversed, we wouldn't be having much of this conversation.
Sindri will just look over at Ella, and you are being tempted. You are being drawn in by, I'm pretty sure you are prime targets for them. But it is your decision. And we're already miles beneath the earth with our bodies falling apart. I will be there with you through the end of this.
I don't know how Alessandra can make a decision through this. I'm kind of stuck because I'm like, they never really got much beyond like kind of flirting, and this is like her entire belief system that she grew up with.
But she's still an ally, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've discussed this.
which is good. I think it was a good thing to think it over and really let the weight of it all sort of just settle on what exactly we're kind of getting ourselves into. I am a little bit less, buyer's remorse or whatever they call it. Was it caveat emptor? I don't remember. Anyway, so I'm going to here's the thing, I don't want to die, and if they're willing to help us find someone else, at least for the part of getting it and getting out of here, and we can get Carmilla back, then I am all in. And Korath, question for you.
Yes?
So, this agreement of, handing over the thing, does it have to be a collective agreement or between individuals? Because, like, they could all try to stop me. Or something. One of us, if it was me, for example, just
It wouldn't be much of a good agreement if you could merely counteract it.
I don't know that they would. I'm just wondering.
I detect that there is some hesitation, particularly on the side of the lady.
Possibly. But here's the thing, doesn't that put my soul up for collateral or something like that?
Oh, Lyric.
Oh, never mind then.
Your soul is
thought that perhaps they might
already
be more willing
touched by the hells.
Of course, but the point being that perhaps they might be more amenable if they know something awful will happen to one of us if we don't. Just, an extra little bit of something. Not that I'm thinking that you should, I just was wondering.
Should the Obelisk be prevented from reaching us upon this agreement, the agreement would be null and void.
That really sounds like a lot less consequences than I was expecting.
Not really.
It just means we're right back where we started before you got here.
Yes. You would
So,
be. And Carmilla would be lost to you forever. Allow me to assuage a bit of your guilt, however. This is perhaps beyond my pay grade to say. The obelisk will not be used by my employer to harm anyone on the surface of Tiril. I happen to know for a fact that my employer intends to use it strictly, for now at least, to the extent of my knowledge, inside of the Nine Hells.
And really, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Exactly. It's not your backyard.
I mean, I don't actually know physically where the Nine Hells are located, so...
Oh, just down. Due south.
Well, shall we vote on it?
Lyric shrugs.
Because it sounds like if it's going to be one of us, it's going to be all of us.
It might as well be. I'm merely the purveyor of this message.
But
And this mess.
Clarify.
No, you've made this mess yourself.
That is uncalled for. We did not make this mess. This was brought to us by the Illithid. There's a
Retracted.
very distinct difference.
Then I am just a pretty face offering to help you clean it up. I mean you no malicious will. I may be a devil, but I'm not a bitch.
I appreciate that.
Yes, of course. If you'd like to bargain for anything else, I could give you fame, wealth, youth, a bigger cock, whatever you'd like.
I say no.
That's fine.
That is. But if the group wills it, I'll go along with it.
I'm
So
fairly certain you know where I'm leaning. So I
Mhm.
say yes. I don't want to die. It's rather straightforward.
I have a question as the player.
Yes.
So, reading Oathbreaker,
Mm-hmm.
Paladins, I'm like, this is very specifically, you choose to serve a dark power, you turn evil.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the oaths is to not truck with fiends.
Yes.
So I'm kind of like, but she's not being evil in doing it. So I'm like, is she? I wouldn't be. Ah!
I cannot tell you the answer to that until you make that choice. I will say that were you to fall, there are ways to regain grace. You can atone. I also will say that Kolrath saying that the obelisk shall only be used within the bounds of hell does kind of skirt the edge of your oath a little further from the core of it. All you're doing is helping devils. It sounds like it's going to be used in a demonic or a devilish power play. Which,
yeah. So I feel like that's more okay.
It's a little more okay. Yeah.
Anthea
Or is it?
will pipe up. I'm with Lyric, I think. Yes.
Sorry to say that it falls to you then, Lady Alessandra Barraquel.
Fine.
The contract shall be drawn up immediately. They wave their hand and a flowing paper appears. But the script is surprisingly blunt. I have been granted permission by my employer to make certain that there is very basic language here. Upon the defeat of these illithid cultists, those who are guarding the obelisk, it shall be turned over, be left to be claimed by myself on behalf of my employer. And in return, when you encounter Carmilla Alizarin in her current form, they flex their hand, and a small gem appears. Will glow, and when raised aloft, will shatter, returning them to their original form. Prior to ceremorphosis. It shan't remove any memories of their experience, but it will return them to a hale state. But knowing what I know of Carmilla, that should be more than enough to power a bit of bloodlust in the fight to come. As an addition, I shall give you knowledge that will guide you to more allies in your fight. There are no subclauses, save to say that should you betray this agreement and wantonly destroy the obelisk, or turn it over to a different party. Hell's vengeance will be taken. And should Carmilla be restored at that point, she will be lost forever to the Nine Hells. But only upon your willful betrayal. Or supernaturally compelled betrayal, of course. If betrayal comes by your hands, it shall be done. Are we in agreement, then? Simple. No more fine print. No more arguing about legalities. A simple nod will suffice. Good.
So if someone pretends to be you and comes to claim it, it won't cause us a problem if we are deceived. Just to be sure.
Merely say my name, and I shall come. I've been watching you for a very long time, Lyric. I will be there when it is time.
Remarkably unsettling, but I think I've said that already.
Yes.
So, right. Then so long as there's no chance of a mishap or miscommunication or accident that would cause problems, then I'm happy. Well, not happy. I'm not actually happy. I'm very unhappy about this whole situation.
In that case, please.
Just to clarify that if betrayal is compelled supernaturally by an outside member of the party, it does not negate. Because
Are you
it
saying that
certainly sounded like that was included as a method of negating.
If... Yes, okay, fine. Any allies...
That wouldn't be by one of our decisions to do it.
Through you or any one of your allies. Should Carmilla be rescued and you tell her the truth of this, and she wish to destroy the obelisk and condemn herself to hell, she is more than welcome to. But we will take her. As the allies you find on the other side of this portal. I will consider them part of guidance. Is that what you're called? Guiding light? Nightlight?
Oh, you mean Lyric is motioning like with her hand to just like the group as a whole?
Yes, all of you.
You mean us? Oh.
Yes, guidance, I believe, is what you've been called around. Then in that case, yes.
I wouldn't know.
Here you are, Lyric. Sign here.
Right.
Blood is preferred, but...
And Lyric will sign once she's read it through very thoroughly and confirmed that it makes sense.
It's actually very blunt, basically. You screw them over, they screw you over.
Yep.
You sign it. Fire licks at the pages. The contract will roll back into Kolrath's hand, and they will smile. Good. Then we're in agreement. I wish you the best of luck on the other side. When you pass through the portal into this maze of brine, here is the additional bit of help. There is someone inside of the maze who can guide you. Someone who has spent some time inside of it. But moreover, a capable warrior that can join your battle. To get on their good side,
you should go against your nature and go to the right. Into a place that, let us call it the Tumor Garden. There, you will find a sword. Continue to the right and return this sword to its owner. And I will leave the rest to you, but with your charming personalities, I think it would be very easy for you to make friends. There you are.
That sounded a little sarcastic.
No, sorry, it's my resting devil face.
Oh,
I was trying to sound
okay.
coy, but yes, they are going to be definitely, an acquired taste. But you couldn't ask for a better ally in the fight ahead. Best of luck. I do wish you the best. And I'm glad that you saw some common sense. Lyric. They smile with those ruby red lips. Your mother will be most pleased. And then they will vanish in a puff of brimstone.
Lyric shudders.
Do they work for your mom?
I'm really not sure. I've never actually met my mother.
Oh,
And I can say with fairly strong certainty that they were not around for any of my formative years. So this has all been a very strange and unpleasant situation.
Alessandra,
mm-hmm.
you feel awful. And you're not certain what is coming next. You feel torn. A lifetime of serving an oath. Is it gone in a second? And can an oath truly be followed when fighting a greater evil? You feel your conviction wane for a moment. And what that moment will mean, we will find out soon. Behind you all, the portal undulates. It calls to you. You see the energy of a lightless star calling to you. A maze of brain tissue reaches out to you. Through there are those you love, are those you've sworn to protect. And as you turn and steel yourselves, as you look through the portal, you feel each of yourselves, even Sindri with his crown, feel yourselves mentally assaulted with images of the fanatical mind flayers dragging the remaining prisoners from Phandelver through the portal. They shout and cry. And scream, "Help us! Oh gods, please! Save us!"
What do you do?
Well, this is what it's all for. Shall we go?
Yes.
Here, grab my hand. She'll reach out a hand to Lady Alessandra.
Alessandra will reach down.
Here, you grab my other hand. She's gonna reach her hand to Lyric.
Alessandra will have her sword out in the other.
And then she's gonna... Are you taking my hand?
Let's go.
Okay.
Miracle. Yep.
And then she's gonna tap both of them, kind of indicating that we need to make a chain.
Sindri will just walk past it and through the portal.
No, Sindri!
Just let's follow
Let's
him.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Right.
Okay.
Let's go.
As you step through the portal, you make your way into your final destiny.
Welcome to level 10.
Woo!
Whoa.
Ooh, exciting.
I mean,
All
it would have
right.
been more exciting if we were all together, chained. We all hit level 10. Had...
You would have hit level 11 if you'd all been chained, obviously.
Oh, right?
Sorry.
Fire powers combined! Sparkles behind us.
Sparkles align you. Hey, folks,
Woo.
did you guys have fun with that? I'm sorry for
Yeah.
I
how
did.
tense that got. You guys could have said no, by the
Okay.
way. Like, you could have.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but it's like we've spent so much time leading up to like worried about Carmilla, trying to like save Carmilla. Like, how do you just like, nah, that person we've spent the last like however many months with, like saving each other and just
Oh yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
But I was not expecting to have to make a decision that could like break my oath
And you
right
and I are
at the
going to have
end
to
of
talk
the
about
game
that.
late at night.
Well, you and I are going to have to talk about this, like what you're going to have to do to make
Mhm.
up for this and like what this is going to be. Because no matter what, you're going to have to atone. The question is whether or not this is enough to make you fall.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly. Technically, paladin oaths are very, very tricky things.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And it's, you get into the question of, do you have to follow the letter of the law or the spirit of the law? Right. Is a law just if it causes greater injustice to follow it? That is a question.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something that we're going to discuss later and between us, because I think that you should have a lot of a voice in this. I want you to have control over your character, and I want you to have a good vibe with this. And I think that's really important for you to have that type of control. But I hope you all had fun with this. I guarantee next episode's going to be a hoot and a half. We'll be back next week after we get back from Big Bad Con. So, folks, we are heading into the final chapter, Beyond a Lightless Star, which is wild. I'm really looking forward to it. Hey, big thank you to everybody who came out here and supported us. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Y'all are absolutely fantastic. And I can't thank you enough for joining us on Patreon. We've got some great new people joining us on Patreon recently. Of course, we got our divine producers, my mom and Shikon Day Vermillion. We've got our demonic producer, Sorcerer Sanguine. We've got our wizards of the Patreon. We have 4 of them now, including Tammy the Forever Clerk, the Ink Goblin, Karasha Urquhart, and Big Nut. I love Big Nut. Who doesn't love a big nut? Our monster maker is Soul Omen, and our High Council has a new member too. We've got Taryn, Dustin, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Kelowna Kurd, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Grumpy Owl, and Cody. Welcome, Cody. Good to have you on the team. Folks, we'll be back on next Monday. Can't wait to see you here for another episode of Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. Good night, everybody.